From the MDR studios in Davenport, Iowa, Quad Cities, you're listening to Minor Disturbance Radio. About all things that rock and some that suck.
Oh shit, that is really good.
I
think I actually like it better in bottles. There's some beers
good.
I like it better on draft, some I like it better in bottles. That's good shit. Thank you very much
dude,
for that.
not a it's Brian's money.
Ah!
Yeah, I bought it. I sent these guys to the gas station with a 20 spot, and I was like, "Go get some beer and get me a pack of smokes." And I was like, "These motherfuckers ain't coming back."
No. Yep.
And they said, "Hey, we might not come." I was like, "That's totally Motley Crue of you."
Yeah.
I was like, "My dumb ass giving these kids $20."
Yeah. Here, man, we brought you this sheet of bunk acid.
Minor Disturbance Radio. We are hanging out with the guys in Alborn. Now you're sitting backwards, so I'm going to be really confused. We got Justin, Zame over here.
Zame.
And then, do you want to be called Razor?
Yes,
that's fine.
Is that what you want to be called?
I refuse to call you Razor. What's your first name?
My first name is Alex.
Alex. Okay. Thanks.
His last name is Razor. I mean, that's what he goes by.
No, hey, man. Like, if we were in the army or whatever, and I was just like, Razor, get over, I would totally do that. But no,
you can do that.
Okay, I'm not going to do that. You're not going to make it give me 20.
What's up with Zame? That name is awesome.
Spell the real name.
Oh man.
Come on, do it.
So my real first name, it's pronounced Zamiel. So to shorten it, I just go by Zame. These guys actually started calling me that. So after that, it just stuck.
Well, now where did your parents get that kind of?
I don't know.
Come on,
weed.
There's more to the story.
A lot of Lagunitas.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I got an idea.
Yeah.
And you
were your parents at Altamont? Woodstock?
Zame, you play bass, right?
Yes.
For Alborn. Mm-hmm. We got the drummer, Razor. That's a cool name. I'm gonna call you Razor. Fuck you, Travis.
Off. It's Alex. Whatever, Alex. Don't listen to him.
And the singer and guitar player, Justin, over here. So you guys just got done cutting a brand new record.
Somewhat.
Is it okay? How many songs are on this thing?
Well, I don't know what the plans are. If we're gonna do EP or full length, we don't know yet. But we have 10 songs as of now.
All right.
That we've recorded over the last probably year and a half.
So. And you're doing it at the Attic with Jose Urquiza. Yep. Is that how you pronounce his name? Urquiza?
Yep. I think so.
That's what I'm saying.
We call him Josie, so yeah.
And man, does he have his shit together or what? He knows what he's doing.
He's a fucking champion.
Yeah, that guy's really good at what he does. And I heard the single, Full Circle.
Yeah.
The production is on point. It's on point, fellas.
There was so many times that I was like, dude, it's fucking great. Just stop fucking with it.
Yeah.
And he just, oh man, yeah, the language thing. Yeah.
It's all right, man.
No, it doesn't matter. No, this is a podcast. Oh, we can say fuck. We can say fuck, you cunts. You cunts can say fuck.
Although I will have to use some of this for the radio show.
Right.
It's the Lagunitas that are just like,
edit out the cunts part. That cunts thing I just said.
Let's try to be adults.
Yeah, no cunts. Okay. I got it.
For the poor people that actually click on this podcast, let's not be too damn annoying.
Yeah, trust me, they are poor.
Yeah.
they're just shit.
Yeah, they're down below. Yeah, right. The little people.
Okay,
Midgets.
so there's some bigger names that were around you guys when you were doing this new EP or whatever you want to call it. You had Morgan Rose.
Yeah.
Right in the studio. He's from Seven Dust. Mm-hmm. You go into the studio. You're recording your material, and here is Morgan Rose, who I'm sure you guys are fans of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
What's that environment like for young guys like you to be around, somebody like that and singing your material? I mean, how did that go? Were you nervous?
I think the coolest thing about it was it took like 5 seconds of being with him, of like, oh my God, it's Morgan, to let's just do it, man.
Yep.
Like, you're cool, I'm cool.
Excellent.
And like now, like I might have told you guys last time too, I flew down there and stayed the night at his house a couple nights and like did nothing. Just went out to eat, hung out with a couple of his buddies, and it's just totally cool.
Yeah.
So like it took probably, I would say literally 5 minutes of him being at the studio for us to be like, okay, we can just do this, we can be cool. And ever since then, it's just been.
Well, what I remember was that you told us this story, and I thought it was a terrific, maybe like a vindication of an idea that I already have, which is the idea that if you have ideas in your head and you don't stand up for them strongly in the presence of other people who maybe are successful or whatever, then they won't actually respect you. And that there was something that he wanted to maybe change about something you were doing, and you were like, no, you don't get to change this. You don't get to move this stuff around. This is the way I made it. This is the way it's supposed to be. So, I mean,
that was definitely the case. I mean, like, it was like the first, I mean, definitely the case.
What was Morgan Rose's role then?
He was, the producer role is really, like, not specific for recordings. Like, if you were to hire a separate producer, like, more, like, Jose runs the board.
Engineer.
Yeah, he has ideas. He does all the work. So it's just natural if he goes, I don't know, man, I like that other part better.
Right.
We just go, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Sure.
But like when you have another guy sitting there that doesn't know how to do that, like of course we're going, well, he's Morgan, he knows what he's doing. He's
right.
He's been in this forever. But then you just, it's so weird because you just kind of look in there like, you can't do this if Jose's not here.
Sure.
So what are you doing here? But like, it's unbelievable the amount of stuff that another person being there can bring to the table. I mean, it can be something as little as, I don't know, man, change. I want to put something else there. Just something small.
Right.
And the whole attitude of the song is 100% upside down.
Well, it's the difference between somebody who is just like really technical and somebody who has a style vision, like a value-based vision, like this is the direction things should be moving, and that is a very different pursuit, and that person can make or break things sometimes.
The single that you have, Full Circle, is that something that was completely written by Alborn?
A matter of fact, that was actually the one song that we came in there with one riff. Like they've been begging us ever since Jose and Morgan, begging us to come in there with nothing, and like every time we're like, yeah, all right, fine.
They want to capture the interaction. They want to see what's the chemistry of us. Like if we collide with each other, like what is the thing that happens as a result of the collision? Yeah. Right. They want to see the super accelerator.
Yeah. So the coolest thing about that one is it was song 3, and the first song we did, Morgan really wanted to twist around, and I could, there was sometimes I was like, I can hear the Seven Dust influence. I know what he's trying to do, and I'm like, it ain't happening.
Yeah, don't do it.
But I was so stern on the song that we had, but we had already been playing it, so I think that was part of it. But then we did the second song. That one they kind of messed with. But then the third one, I was like, I'll let you guys have your thing. You know, you guys can mess with this song if you want. And I mean, I love the way it turned out.
When you brought the song out, you had a video to go along with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was that experience like? Where did you do the video?
That was cool. We did that with Freddie D'Angelo in St. Louis, that Tom Baumgartner that's helping us manage, helping manage us.
How much did it cost you?
It wasn't bad. It was everything. I think everything was about $1,000.
For the video?
Right in there. Yeah. Yeah, right around there. But we went to St. Louis, this awesome place. I can't remember the name of it. Can you guys?
Utopia Studios. Yep.
Utopia Studios in St. Louis is this giant, like, old storage unit, I guess, that's like 2 stories.
It's like an old warehouse or something?
Yeah, I guess. And this chick transformed the whole thing into a jam space that you can rent out. And, like, I just don't think it would work around here. So, I asked her, I'm like, are you guys doing all right? She goes, oh yeah, we do great. I'm like, that is the coolest thing in the world. And she said from 2 to 3 you get your time. It can be the heaviest brutal death metal you've ever heard, and 3 to 4 it's Christian rap, and then 4 to 5 it's blues. She's like, it's the biggest collage of stuff.
Wow.
But then that's where we shot the video, was in the basement of that place.
What does Morgan Rose drive?
He's got a
Golf balls.
What does he have?
Probably.
Like an Audi or something kick ass.
Yeah, okay. All right. What was his place like?
Totally normal.
Like-
Totally normal. Just an average. I think it was an apartment. It was like a 2-story, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, real basic.
Right.
But he had, like, it was just your average house, but with platinum and gold records on the wall.
Right.
Like, it was so cool.
Right.
Is he married?
No.
No. So
He
that's
was.
okay.
Yeah.
He's not.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
pussy magnet.
Yeah.
There was half the number of records on that wall than were before. Yeah.
And some of them are probably covering up holes.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We punched the wall. Yeah, that's totally true.
Okay, so that one wasn't 100% written by you guys and then brought to the studio. I'm not saying that you didn't write it. I'm saying it was
Right.
written in the studio.
That
Maybe
one wasn't-
maybe I should
sure.
say that, right?
That one wasn't complete. There are other songs that we're going to put out soon that were 100% complete going to the studio. That was, in fact, that was the only song that wasn't complete.
Yeah.
You know, with pretty much everything there before going to the studio.
Well, you raise an interesting issue, and I thought about this. You know, it's like if you've got a song that you've been rehearsing, you've been practicing together and shit, and like somebody shows up and they're like, no, you need to do it this way. You're like, no, I do not want to have to rehearse this motherfucker into being able to actually play it.
Right.
So shut your
that's
ass. Yeah.
100% what it was the first time.
Yeah.
And then when Jose got a hold of us the second time after that, because like he wasn't doing anything with us until probably like the second to last time we went to the studio. That was when he was like, I want to manage you guys.
Right, yeah.
I want to do something with you guys.
Right.
But like that first time, it was just, we thought, no, it's over. You know, that was fun. We got to do 2 songs, but then
Cool.
he said, he's like, Morgan reached out to me and he gave me his phone number right then. Morgan did. And he was like, I've never worked with anybody that told me no.
Yeah.
Ever.
Thank goodness you showed
Yeah,
up.
I'm like-
because people need to be told no. Oh my God. Do people
He's like,
need
I
to be
can't.
told
He's
no?
like, I just can't believe with you guys being to be fair,
Yeah.
nobody's,
yeah.
being so stern on what you want. He's like, I've never dealt with that.
And you were like, I just didn't want to have to rehearse my bass player.
So what's
Whatever
the
that
reception been like?
Unreal.
We're gonna
Yeah.
smash or trash this.
Yeah,
fucker.
this is what's tough about this.
Yeah.
I'm doing a podcast and a radio show. I'm going to try to use some of this for the radio show for 97X.
That's an editing issue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa, is me. But, yeah. But yeah, we're going to listen to that, and obviously that's going to be in the MDR top 3 because I put it in 2 days ago and it's already number 1.
No way.
So that's just how that works. That's why I kept telling you guys, get me the damn song so that I can get this
Man.
thing voted up. But it worked, and it went. It's number 1 right now. So
Jesus.
yeah, I'm really proud of you guys, man.
Thank you.
there's the other two songs that we were spinning on the top hits and stuff. Trigger was one of them, and what was the other one?
Can't Hold On.
Can't Hold On Anymore. Both of them fared really well.
Yeah.
And, for me, being from the era that I am from, it takes me a little bit to warm up to newer music. But even my wife, after hearing them a few times, she's like, this is a really good song.
It's good, yeah.
It's got a really strong hook, and the texture of the music is good. I'm really glad that you don't go out and just try to be as heavy and as grunty as possible. There's still some hook in it.
There's some vulnerability in the lyrics that I think is really important to point out. And I don't know if you write all the lyrics. Who writes the lyrics?
Mostly me.
Okay. Well, whatever that is, that and it's a strange thing because it's a paradox of sorts, is how is it that you can be sure about telling people about how you're not sure of yourself? And that is a strange thing to draw out, because it does piss you off. It makes you mad because you have to admit that you're not totally in control of your life and totally in control of your own affairs. Mm-hmm. And that there are these people that can show up and just fuck with you and there's nothing you can do about it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, if you can talk about that experience in a way that doesn't necessarily have to admit that you're kowtowing to these influences, but that at the same time talks about it in plain language, I think that's what, like the tune that was, what was the song? What was the one that
you liked Trigger?
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah. However many minutes passed. How many minutes passed without you up my ass?
Right.
Right.
No.
Right.
That's the other one.
No, that's the other one. That's the one I like. Yeah, I like that one. And the reason why I liked it is because usually when you complain about somebody bothering
them
you.
Lyrics just said out clear are hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, they're hilarious. But here's
say them. Go ahead. Say the lyrics.
Yeah.
Tell me the lyrics.
What are the lyrics? Yeah.
That part.
You don't have to sing it. Just say it.
It says, no seconds pass without you up my ass.
Yeah.
You can blame yourself.
Yeah. But here's the thing about it.
I love that part. Although every time you sing that and I sing with it, my wife gets mad at me because I look right at her when I sing.
Yeah, right.
And I do that on purpose, not because I'm mad at her or anything.
It's empowering, dude. It's empowering because we know we're not alone, that there's somebody else who feels this same fucking crush.
Yeah. And by the way, everybody that's listening to the podcast, Travis has been listening to a lot of podcasts lately, so he is on fire. He is ready.
Yeah.
He's ready
to talk.
He's been pinned up.
I'm ready to fucking talk.
I'm over here like, shit.
Yeah. No, but about that lyric though, and I'm not trying to fucking derail everything, but no, about that lyric though is that there is, every man knows that if your buddy comes up to you and is like, insultive toward you in a kind of a playful way, that if you actually get mad about it, you just looked like a pussy. You know what I mean? Like you just lost the argument. So that when you write a lyric about that, that's just like, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. In a way, it's like you're admitting that you're willing to lose the argument because you're admitting you're upset about it.
You got it.
And I think everybody understands that.
You know what though? Vulnerability through your songs is so much easier than doing it in person.
I agree. And that's what songs are good for.
Because I could do that too. I'm saying lyrics that are really kind of they're honest, but they're honest behind distorted guitars.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know what I mean? It's like here's this huge penis that has feelings.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's the fist that says you hurt me.
No, the big penis with feelings is better.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. That's a great point.
With scars.
With scars, exactly. But what are they from?
But no, I really think the material is really strong, you guys. And
keep that up.
Here's what I was gonna get. Your guitar player couldn't be here tonight. But you guys are all very young. I think, what are you, 21, Razor? Mm-hmm. Okay, and you're
21 as well.
21?
23.
Oh,
the old man of the group.
Yeah.
Dad. And when I hear what you guys are doing, it makes me like...
Come.
It makes me...
just a little bit.
I'm so sorry.
Just a little bit.
I'm so sorry.
It makes me think back to, of course, when I was out doing it and I was you guys' age. But we didn't have the means of producing something like you guys are doing right now. You know what I mean? Because sonically, you could play that for anybody,
right?
And they're going to be like, "Oh hell," they can't say it sucks, right? You know,
You're right. It's unheckleable.
You and I would play stuff that sounded like a demo, but it was our record. You know,
right. Exactly.
You know, and people there'd be people that were like, "Ooh, who's this?" You know, because you could tell it wasn't produced the way that the records were compared to.
We would all hand people a tape and be like, "Okay, now you got to turn down the bass. You got to turn down the bass and turn up. You got to watch the trebs." You know,
right.
Like, it never sounded good.
Yeah, it's horrible. You know, but you guys, at the age that you're at, man, the road's in front of you. You guys, are you really gonna do this? Is this something that you guys have planned for? I mean, what do you do for a living right now, Justin?
I'm a mechanic and a musician. And no, machinist.
Okay,
that's my day job.
What do you do?
Machinist.
Razor.
I sell auto parts at a CarQuest.
Oh, really? How about you, Zame?
Actually, I work at the factory that he machines at.
Oh, really?
Okay, you guys work together?
Yeah.
Do you see each other every day?
Yeah.
Do you guys give each other that look like someday, man?
Fuck
someday.
this place.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking shed our corporate cocoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you guys make?
I don't even know.
The factory. Yeah.
And I don't care.
Is it an aerospace company or is it
it's
military?
Like, it's coils and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For like starters and commutators and like this kind of shit.
All kinds of shit,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. Solenoids.
Lot of
And
Jake brakes.
Dumb shit.
No, okay.
So auto parts, you work.
You guys are all automotive. Is that
right?
what I'm understanding?
Our Meaty works with meat.
Your guitar player that can't be here.
Yeah.
He works with meat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tyson.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would never want the auto parts job though, man. Just because you have to have some people that come in there and just like, hey, this one thing, you know, the thing that goes on the thing.
Yeah, and it doesn't really help.
Pull that mic. Pull that mic.
There you go.
Manhandle that bitch.
There we go.
Get your face in it. Get your mouth in it. There you go.
All right, are we good? Well, it's kind of a tricky situation. The parts store that I work at is like independently owned and operated, and it's been that way for like 30 plus years, and it's been family owned and handed down through the generations. So like the customers that we have are like loyal customers that are now 85 years old and still working on the same fucking tractor that they were working on when they were 22. So it's like, I need this I'm gonna need you to get me a rim for my Farm All H. Can you do that for me, dude? Can you have it overnight? Can you do that? So I mean, I don't know. I feel like how I operate in the parts store that I work at is a bit different than some of the big corporate stores that just, if they don't feel like helping you out, they'll just tell you no and hang up the phone. So
You're doing really well with the mic, by the way.
Dude, man.
Yeah,
he's telling you, man. He's delivering it. That's loyalty.
There's something about this kid that I like a lot. The last time you were on the show,
I think whatever that is, that's the thing
you
that's
busted your balls. Tommy Lee. That's engraved in the brain.
Yeah, I busted your balls a little bit, and then afterwards I was like, you know what? He was really cool through all that.
Yeah.
And he probably thinks that I think I'm something, but I was just trying to be funny and have a good time with you. And, I'm not used to talking to 22-year-olds or whatever. I'm an older man.
No, you can be hilarious when you know that you're nobody. It's fantastic.
But I mean, let's get back to the question. You put this song out. You say that the reception has been great. What is the next step for Alborn then? I mean, if the iron's hot, what's the thing? What are you going to do now besides MDR?
That's it.
That's cool. It's a ticket, dude.
We fucking made
it. You got our plane tickets ready in the other room?
Yeah.
Honestly, the kind of like motto we went by forever was whatever happens. But now it's so realistic that like that's definitely the goal. Like doing this as a career is 100% the goal now.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you that poses another question. How do you make this a career anymore in this era? And that's not a question. I'm not trying to be like downgrading or anything, but the picture has changed as far as how you make a living with music. And so where is it at?
That's what we're learning. And like, with our guitarist who as a kid and stuff, we told him, a million times, we're never going to just jump the gun and buy a old van and trailer and be like, yo, we're going next week, man. Tell your job to forget it. So
the Zealots just did that.
I know,
There's a lot of bands that do that.
They got
3 Years Hollow did that.
Well,
it's like there
are ways to grow your balls. I mean, that's the thing,
right? You got to get them. You get it. But there's even just releasing this song, I was comparing back to when we released Trigger. I'm like, now I know that was 2 years ago. It was a different song. And times were kind of different for us, at least. But I was like, well, we'll see what happens when we put this out and see what kind of reception we get. So now we got a good guideline because that song that we put out, Full Circle, is super similar to everything that we're doing right now, which is what we want to be doing. So the next song that we put out, if it does better, we'll be like, okay, we're growing an audience, you know?
Yeah.
But I think once we get to a certain point, like I told the guys, I'm like, I don't know what it's going to take for us to be like, now's the time. But I know that we're going to know.
Yeah.
You know? And now we got Jose on our side and Tom Baumgartner's helping us.
Now, who's that?
Is he your manager now?
Jose is the main manager,
Okay.
and then we're with 3 Years Inc. management company.
No,
Right, and that's Tom Baum. That's
I don't
Jose
know who that
and
is.
Tom.
Yeah.
He manages Discrepancies and
3 Years Hollow.
3 Years Hollow, a couple other bands.
Okay.
Yeah. I've done a lot of
I don't
promo
think I've
stuff
ever
for
met
him.
I don't think I've ever met him. So I'm kind
Yeah,
of
He's
like,
amazing, man.
Yeah,
He was helping us like long before we even knew who he was.
Gotcha.
And then I talked to him. He's like, "Yeah, you remember this gig that you got? Yeah, it's because of me.
Right.
And this one,
Right.
Yeah, I did that." I'm like,
Right.
okay, catch me up to speed."
What is the next step, though? I mean, what is it that you're looking for? I mean, does this song have to sell a certain amount for you to decide that, hey, let's try to get some gigs like in St. Louis and widen the circle? Is that what you're doing? Is
yeah.
starting an epicenter and then trying to do the big circle thing?
where?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
really don't know. I think, like I was saying, I don't think that we would just jump the gun and do it, but I think it's going to come to a point to where either I talk to the guys talk to me, or Jose says something to us where it's like, yo,
Yeah.
now's the time.
Yeah.
Right now. You need to get out there.
Yeah.
Pronto.
Days
Then we'll
drive.
do it.
That's the way I'd look at it right now. Is just days drive. How far can you get in a day?
Mm-hmm.
And could you make it so that you could play every weekend for a certain amount of weekends in a row where you're getting to wherever you need to go within a day's drive? You know,
I think
mean,
we've taken like every word that Jose and Morgan has told us to heart, like probably more harder than we should have.
Yeah.
But I was like, just give us the worst. Just tell us the worst of the worst.
Right.
Tell us how bad it's ever been for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And like we've just had that etched into our brain. So like if we can overcome that fear of the worst of the worst,
Yeah.
I don't really know what we have to lose.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean in any context. Like
Yeah. Well,
I would look at it like this. I think that the worst of the worst is right now. It's the not knowing. It's the sitting and waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the worst, man. Because once you get,
we've been doing it for over a year.
I mean, think about this.
It's brutal.
I might talk to you guys a year from now, and you guys might have 6 months of hard road time under your belt, and you'll be totally different people. You know, I saw that with 3 Years Hollow. I talked to them before they were anybody. I remember seeing them when they were just getting that band going and seeing them play. And Jose wouldn't even face the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, he was so shy and so timid that he, not to say that he was just new at it, and he was just that kind of guy. And now he's Jose, and he's validated himself somehow.
Yeah.
And after they've been on the road and did what they did for them couple years that they went out and did it, they're totally different people to talk to. Mm-hmm. You know, it's almost like somebody that's been to battle and then came back. You know, it's like, hey, I'm going to join the military, man. Okay, and you know, you kind of fumbling and shit, and then you come back like,
Yeah.
And like
Everybody's
that's
you know what I mean?
truth.
I'm just saying, it's kind of what it was like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
And that's why I mean I want to do it as real as I can, or as real as we can, and realistically as we can, because if we go and do that and we come back and like it didn't work and we go, well, at least we tried, that's one thing. But if we know we did everything right, like if we were to go do it and it didn't work, fuck it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I truly don't. But as long as I know that whatever we did while we did it was everything that we possibly
There
could
you
have.
go.
You know, we waited as long as we possibly could have for whatever, like we have just putting Full Circle out, and we planned everything out properly. Then I mean, what's the harm? You know, if we get back here and like I gotta go
Right.
back to a day job,
Right.
But I know I did it all right.
Or
Whatever.
at least as well as you could, given the information that you had and the experiences that you had, in order to be able to kind of,
I'm going to cut you off, Travis,
Yeah.
because the iron's hot. You're saying stuff to me that I can see the glaze of kind of what I went through when I was your age, as far as like, man, I've got all this time. I got time to figure this out. And the truth is, man, your job, do you want to be working there when you're 40?
No.
Anybody?
No.
Okay, you got to buy your fucking Powerball ticket. I mean, I was talking to you guys in the parking lot. I lost like a motherfucker. I bought $20 worth of that shit, the Mega Millions. And you know what? At least, and my coworker was like, my coworker Benny's like, dude, you can't win if you don't buy a ticket. And I'm like, God damn it. I remember thinking, yeah, you know what I mean? You got to buy your ticket. And I'm just saying that at my age, I can afford that shit to play them stupid little games. But you guys can't, like 10 years from now, you're not going to be able to afford it to go try to do this band thing anymore. I know you guys are looking at me like, this guy's an idiot. But I'm just saying, whatever you can, if you have to go hungry for a little bit and like fall off the grid as far as your jobs go, you can always find a job. You can always find a job, but you can't always chase your dreams, man. And I'm just, I know what you're thinking, Travi. I'm just saying you guys are young enough that you can recoup any kind of damage that you do to your life by chasing this and buying your Mega Millions ticket. I just hate to see youth like you guys with talent and you guys got the thing going. I hate to see you guys just let it sit. Just let it sit and wonder. We'll know when it's time to do this thing. I'm not saying quit your jobs tomorrow and fucking buy a bus. I'm just saying make that your goal, though. Travis, give me my time.
No,
give me my time.
You're right.
Just shut the hell up,
you're
please.
Right.
Give me my time.
I was going to agree with you, man. I was going to agree with you. I think you're saying the right thing. Yeah.
At least do this. Get all 4 members of your band in the same room and get a notebook out and a pen and say, what are our goals? What are we going to be doing 6 months from now? And everybody be honest of what you want to be doing 6 months from now. And if there's a member, maybe you, and you're like, man, I can't do that, man. There's no way that I'm going to do that. Changes need to be made.
Totally true. You got to discuss
at that point, do it before you do it, and make all the right changes so that you've got everybody on board and they know what the next chapter is. Because when it comes, that could stop you dead in your tracks. As soon as that next thing comes, that thing that you're wondering when it's going to happen and when you'll know, when it comes, you might have the wheels fall off right then, and you ain't ready for it. Prepare yourselves now.
Yeah.
To be ready to roll.
Yep.
When that fucking time comes.
Absolutely.
That's all I can say to you guys. Yep. Because you've got the material, you've got the talent, you've got the youth. You guys ain't tied down to some like 2 ex-wives and 4 kids. You know what I mean? You don't have to send child support home. And, I'm just saying, right now is the time to strike, man.
Yeah.
And get your affairs in order because, like, I already said it. Because when it comes, you're going to have some wheels that are flat probably. Yeah. And you want to know what that is before it happens. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Brian, you're right. You're right. I mean, it isn't the point. I think the point that you're really making is that it doesn't get any easier than it is now. It doesn't. It just gets harder. Now, when you said you can't recoup the losses of your life and all the stuff that happens, the truth is you can never recoup any of that. I mean, that's just how life is. It only gets harder as you go on. You just become more and more resilient and more accepting. That's just all that happens, right? And part of the reason why Brian and I can function at all at this point, given that our rock and roll dreams were burned on some pyre of somewhere between inactivity and lack of opportunity, the reason why it is that way and that we can still function is because everybody naturally develops the ability to cope with whatever the hand is that you're dealing with, Mm-hmm. So, the subtext, I think, to what you're saying is that whatever your reasons are for waiting to see the right moment, whatever your reasons are, they're really not that great of reasons, and that it'd be better to do it sooner than later, and that even though they might be legitimate reasons.
Didn't I just say that?
You did. I
just fucking said that. So now he needs to say it a philosophical way.
I'm reiterating
right?
it. I'm reiterating
okay,
it.
but you said that. Yeah, I agree, Brian.
I totally agree.
And then you just said what I said.
No, I totally agree.
But way more, smartly.
I'm reiterating what you said, which is
don't get married.
Yeah.
Don't get anybody pregnant.
Yep.
Focus on your music.
Yep.
Focus on the next step.
Yep.
Make a map. Seriously, man. Jose might laugh at everything I'm saying right now.
No, he wouldn't.
Morgan Rose might laugh at everything I'm saying right now. But I'm just telling you that when I did what I did that didn't work, I saw the other options. The other roads I could have taken. I should have been ready. I knew I had people in my band that were like, I'm like, what would it take for you to just go and do this? You know what I mean? Oh, I'd have to make $80,000 a year. And I knew that.
Yeah.
But I was like, that is never going to happen.
Not going to happen, yeah.
So I knew that even if we were offered the next step, we weren't going to be able to do it.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So that sucks. You know what I mean? You got to have the vehicle ready to go. You're ready to go. You're ready to go. You're ready to go, right? And I don't know. The guitar player couldn't make it. I'm sorry he couldn't be here, but he's got to be ready to go too.
Well, he's not here, so he wasn't ready to go.
You ready to go?
But what you're talking about, Brian, is something called future authoring. I mean, you literally write the story of your future as a way to understand whether or not it's actually makes any sense. And, of course, to project what kind of horrors you will face if you don't move in that direction. That's what you want to do. You want to find out what you're moving toward and find out the dragon that's chasing you. Because if you don't move toward the thing that you want, then you end up with the thing that you don't want, and that's what you got to do. Brian's got it.
And I'm just saying, what I hear from you guys is that we'll know, and you might not know.
Brian says excuses.
You might not know. You have to make yourself know. You have to prove it to yourself, you know.
Right.
I don't know what that answer is. You know, there's that gray area where nobody knows what it is, but you got to go through it. You got to tuck your chin and fucking be brave.
Yeah.
And do things that nobody else is ready to do. Think of any band that's made it. I guarantee they didn't just sit around their apartment and the phone fucking rang and they're like, hello? Hell yeah, I want to be a rock star.
Because they had smartphones.
Fuck yeah. Well, I'm trying to act like it's on a cord, man.
Oh, it is on a cord. Oh, my God.
Yeah, see, fucking, let me go in the other room and see if this
It's got one coil in it.
Get around the couch. He's like,
Hold on. I want the app where you can dial like this.
might accidentally call 911.
Yeah,
you guys have no idea about that shit.
Yeah, you don't accidentally call 911 on
I wonder why kids still say
did.
Yeah, did you seriously?
did.
Honey, we're like 911.
I was spinning. What do? You put your finger in the hole and then.
Okay,
roll
hold
over?
on. What are we talking about here? We got too many conversations
Okay,
going on.
okay. He says that he has accidentally dialed 911 on a rotary phone.
Okay. All right. So why?
It was a fucking accident.
Finger in the hole.
There's
little
no
circles.
way.
Little circles.
Okay. You put your finger in the hole that has the number behind
Yeah.
it. You know?
And then you roll it over.
And you
Right.
take it to the tab and let go.
Okay.
So that's the biggest one.
What were you
can-
trying to dial?
I was starting at ground zero and rolling to the number I wanted.
Oh, see, that makes
And
sense.
so
that makes
I
sense.
answered the phone because what? Okay, have you ever fucking called 911 and they just go hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
No.
That's what happened. They were like hello.
Hello?
Like, I was actually with the chick. I was trying to impress her, and I'm like, who the hell is this?
Right.
And they're like, who are you looking for? I don't even
I want a
remember what they said.
pepperoni pizza and I want mushrooms on
They
it.
they transferred over the call to somebody else, and he goes, hello? And I'm like, I don't know who the hell I'm talking to. I've had enough of this conversation, quite frankly. I hung up the phone 5 minutes later. Yeah, I was sick of it. 5 minutes later, cops show up. They're like, yeah, somebody called 911. And I'm like, oh.
You should have said this rotary phone is tough to figure out.
Yeah.
I did. And he was
And
like,
they totally would have been like, all right, I get it.
Okay,
man.
I get it.
that's exactly what happened. Exactly.
We're going to charge you 1936 rates for...
He looks at me for a second and goes, yeah, you don't know anything about rotary phones, do you? I'm
Yeah,
like, no.
no. And then he went and told all of his buddies back at the station. They're like, there's these kids
and they were all like...
trying to work a rotary phone.
So this is about the generation that doesn't know about rotary
yeah,
phones.
rotary.
Yeah, you know when you're fighting with your girlfriend or whatever, and she like hangs up on you, she's like, fine, and click, and you like read out. You know, you just hit
Yeah,
like,
right,
oh.
yeah.
Like at my house, you're like, oh bitch. And by the time that you got them
you're like,
seven
I'm not
digits,
even
in,
You're not mad
you're not
anymore.
even mad. You're like,
Yeah.
you know, you're like wanting a snack. You got a
Yeah,
snack between
exactly.
the 7th and 8th number. What, were we fighting?
Hey, baby, what's happening? What? Motherfucker.
And then the
hung
60-foot
up on
cord.
you.
Did you have the 60-foot
Oh, yeah,
cord
we have
on
the
the phone?
super long one, yeah.
Yeah, the curly. It used to be curly, but now
curly
it's like,
Q. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like when you pick this up, there was like one curly Q in it. I was like, okay, I guess that's
These-
a legitimate simulation.
These were where
suffice
you,
for now.
when you hung the phone back up, the curly cord like then
Yeah.
got all wedged and the
Yeah.
curls
Yeah.
together, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, they still have curly guitar cords, right?
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah.
do that, and then
Yeah.
so when you answer, you're like, "Hello," and you're like pulling on it already,
Right.
you know, like trying
Yeah.
already trying to stretch it.
Yeah, but then to get that thing and fold back on itself like a
Oh,
broken
yeah.
slinky.
For
bad.
sure. Yeah, them were the days for us,
Them
man.
were the days, dude.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to talk
You
about
guys have
sex?
no idea, do you?
Not
When
that
my parents were in the house.
You're thinking of the things that you pick the thing up, put it by your ear.
Right.
Operator.
Yeah, Transylvania 65000. Yeah.
you could just tell how awesome the days were.
They really were.
They were
great.
They were the greatest.
No, here's
greatest
another thing
days.
about them days. If somebody called and you weren't there, you just weren't there.
Right. Yeah.
There was no other options. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Is Brian there? Nope. All right. You know, that's
We had answering
Call back in an
machines.
hour.
No, not when you were kids. Though.
Well, not when I was
you
a
were
kid. Well, I mean, like when I was about 10 or 11 years old, my dad bought an answering machine.
I bet he had the most awesome answer too.
Yeah,
I bet,
yeah.
Like when you called him, he was like, "Well, hello, this is the Williams residence."
Yeah, it was
Please
too.
leave it. You know.
Yeah, it was all. Thank you for calling the Williams residence. If you have a blah blah blah, please leave it after the beep. It was terrible. Terrible
man.
technology.
Completely straight.
It's better that we don't
This,
go
this
back.
went from the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Man, you missed out. Fuck that thing.
Exactly.
No.
It totally was.
Let me reiterate this.
awful.
Okay, have you ever called somebody and it's like you're waiting for the? It's like it goes. You have reached the voicemail of Joe. Please leave a message. If you like your message, press 1. If you don't, fucking re-record it.
Right.
Or just hang up and you got to sit through all that shit and then it goes, the voicemail of the member you just called is full.
Yeah. Or
You're
they
like-
have not set up
Or
their
they have
fucking-
not set it up and
Yeah.
you're like, you get that feeling like we did when we were 12. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, they're just not there.
Yeah, right.
Do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We're absolutely out of luck.
I mean, do you know the phone noises? Do you know boo dit it boo dit it boo
Oh, yeah.
dit it? Okay, so that's busy.
Like dial-up.
Right, but if you leave your phone off the hook for a really long time, it like took advantage of the frequency. It would be like for like fucking.
Sorry, we're getting into an old school conversation.
yeah. This is what happens,
I'm in
man.
for
This is
sure.
what it looks like when your
That's
fucking
trap
balls are
music.
too long and your fucking dick shrivels up and shit. You talk about phone noises.
All right, so let's get to the meat and potatoes of this thing. I want to know. Okay, you're getting up in the morning. You want some breakfast. What is your favorite breakfast cereal?
You said meat, but technically, I think that's carbs.
Carbo load.
When the fuck did I say meat?
You said let's get to the meat and
Oh,
potatoes.
okay, yeah. Oh, okay, I got you. I
Yeah, okay,
forget.
potatoes. It qualifies as potatoes.
Okay, so what are you running for? What's your favorite? Like, I'm gonna have a bowl of cereal. This is what I'm rocking today.
I don't even eat cereal.
You don't eat cereal?
Like,
No.
What is
I knew
wrong
this
with you?
dude. I knew this dude was out. He didn't.
I
fucking
like
know.
Captain Crunch and Cocoa Puffs and Honey Bunches and all anything.
Pick
that's-
one.
Okay,
anything
so
from-
basically what you
I
have
put them
is
all in the
All
same
right,
bowl.
here.
it's a fucking hard palate that's just destroyed.
Here's what I got for you, okay? You open the cupboard and you're like, hell yeah. And you got Captain Crunch, Golden Grams, and then like shredded mini wheats.
Captain Crunch.
Oh, for sure, man, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you got Cinnamon Life, Lucky Charms, and Fruity Pebbles.
Ooh. probably Lucky Charms.
Oh man, the correct answer was Fruity Pebbles. Oh man,
Every bite tastes the same though. With the charms, you can pick how many marshmallows, so you can get a
Yeah.
variety of tastes.
Right. No, you just got to
No,
eat the
it's a-
marshmallows.
it's
all
an
the
entire-
marsh-
yeah.
I
All the
want whoops all marshmallows. That's what
actually
I'm
taste
after.
the same.
Yeah, they all taste the same.
I've tried all of them.
Yeah.
I've picked every single different one out. The rainbow, the thing.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
right. You like sit there and you create a
Nope.
taxonomy
No,
of
it's the same,
possibilities
pretty
in your
much the
cereal. It's all the
same
fucking
Sons of
same. Yeah.
bitches.
I had my wife and I were arguing because it was like she thought she could tell the difference between a green M&M and a red one.
No, that's all in the
Oh,
head.
for fuck's sake.
She can't.
It's just color. It's just a fucking color. I saw that they no, this is totally a tangent. I saw that they reissued Crystal Pepsi. You know
God.
about this shit? Okay, what makes Pepsi brown is the introduction of this stuff called caramel color, right? Otherwise, it's a clear liquid. The cola flavor does not add any color. So they came out with Crystal Pepsi, which was supposed to be like we don't have any artificial colors or whatever. So it tastes just like Pepsi. It is cola flavored. It just has no color. So it looks like 7-Up. And people swore up and down, no, it tastes different. It tastes different. But I did a blind taste test myself and found that it tastes identical. And they just reissued this shit. Like, why would they bother bringing it back? Everybody
So you're talking
hated
about the clear Pepsi.
the clear Pepsi, Crystal Pepsi. Yeah,
Don't want it.
I would
want
never.
the
Yeah.
brown Pepsi.
You gotta have brown Pepsi if you're gonna
Okay,
drink Pepsi.
and then they
I
started
want
doing
the
this.
color of my shit.
Yes,
Bottom of the
exactly.
conversation.
Bottom line,
That's it.
I want it to look the same going in as it does coming out. That's how it's got to be.
All right. that's like you're not gonna be trying to sell me no green ketchup either. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's just
I've
certain
seen
things
that.
you
That's just
can't
weird.
do. You
Where
just
they were
can't do
doing it for kids. It's like blue ketchup and yellow ketchup and
That's
shit.
child abuse, man.
That is. That's
ketchup
fucked
is
up.
red.
Yeah, ketchup is red.
Nah, don't be trying to pull that shit.
That's how
with
you
me.
know.
Eat
Exactly.
this paint.
I don't want no mustard colored fucking ketchup.
Okay, so your
Finger painting.
favorite cereal?
Oh man.
Microphone. Fuck.
I'll say Honey Bunches.
Honey
Ooh,
bunches,
Honey Bunches
of
of
oats.
Oats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You have regular bowel movements, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Dude is fibrous.
And you already said.
I got the Captain Crunch.
You- Captain
I
Crunch?
like it completely
No crunch,
deteriorated.
baby.
Hold on, wait,
roof of the mouth. I don't like my roof of my mouth being any way intact at all.
No, dude, you got to eat it like 10 minutes after you pour it, though.
Oh, and then it's all like soggy.
Are
Then it's
you
all
kidding
just
me?
one
Like that?
lump sum, and then you're just like scraping pieces off of it.
No.
terrible,
You're,
man.
You're dredging.
you're not pouring a big enough bowl of cereal because I get like one of my, the mashed potato
Oh, yeah.
bowl at Thanksgiving.
Like popcorn bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's
you
like the
fill
cake
that thing
mixing.
up. You fill that thing up, and then you fill it up with milk. And then by the time you get like, if you're starting at the top and you just start right about there, it's about the perfect texture, right?
Right.
Where it's just smushy enough, but it's crunchy still.
Right.
And then you get to, and then it gets all bloated, and it's
Right.
all crazy at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah.
But that's when you could just drink it with
Yeah.
the milk. Yeah. Hell yeah.
No, I'll tell you.
like, love
I'll tell
these
you a good
pieces
thing
of
about
shit
breakfast
going
cereal, though.
on.
Yeah.
If anybody wants,
Oh, by the way,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't drink anybody else's cereal milk.
yeah, that's weird.
Right?
I'll
That's
share it
weird.
with my wife. I'll share
Yeah,
it with my wife.
My wife did it to me.
Yeah.
She's handed me her bowl, and I was like,
Yeah, I don't
I don't know, man.
I don't know. It is cinnamon toast crunch.
You done
milk.
dipped your
That's-
spoon in this like 100 times.
That's some personal space
Dude,
stuff.
that's like white people's horchata. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like a lighter.
What I was gonna say is my buddy Billy Gardner, who is the guitar player for and I think principal songwriter for the band
Kronos Resistor.
Kronos Resistor. Yeah. He has a method for pouring cereal bowls, and I think it's brilliant. What you do is you pack as much cereal as you can naturally into the bowl, whatever size it is, and then you pour milk until at least one kernel falls out. And there you have achieved the proper balance.
No, here's what you do, man. That's a good method, though.
Yeah, I like it, dude. I think it's
like
brilliant.
Brian goes,
I think it's
"No."
brilliant, man.
I like his technique,
Yeah.
but I don't like shit falling out of my bowl.
Oh.
Okay, first of
Well,
all.
it's on the table. You just pick it
you
up.
get it almost to the top, and then what you do is you pour the milk until it floats up. Like just like
Just
this
like
much,
that?
just like
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
I don't want this shit sloshing around like this. Because too much milk, then you got this thing, and there's like that much milk
Yeah,
at the bottom.
yeah.
I ain't playing that game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. Right.
enough
So,
to
so
see.
you
By
just
the
want
time
that float. You want that float.
Right, you don't want to have to guzzle milk at the end. You want a nice drink
Yeah.
of, you want some
Yeah.
left in there,
Yeah.
but you want it to be just the right amount.
Now, do you ever add more cereal? Like you've eaten the bowl and
When you
got this
fuck up
milk?
on the milk ratio,
Yeah.
yes, that's
gotta
exactly
add
what you
more
do.
cereal.
You get halfway through, you realize that you got like 4 little crunch berries floating around, and you still got that much white milk. And you're
Now,
like,
do you
well,
finish the cereal before you add more?
No,
or do you,
hell no.
Oh,
No.
see, that's fucked up because then you end up with alternating textures, and I'm just not.
Travis, you need to live a little.
Branch out.
I need to get out more.
Now you mentioned you mix cereals. See, now that
Sometimes
that was
very. I have to never like come home from work when I'm like completely sober. It's always at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, "What sounds terrible?"
yeah.
Here we go.
Because
I could use a little indigestion.
Well, for your information, I only eat cereal at night.
Oh, is that right?
That's a nighttime
Okay.
snack
You're
for
kidding
me.
me.
Absolutely.
You don't eat
I
cereal in the morning?
I don't want it in the morning.
Oh.
Rattling your teeth with that
Oh.
crunchy shit. No way. I want it at night. And when I have it at night, usually, maybe sometimes I am under the influence of
Consciousness altering substances.
I might have been self-medicated.
Yeah.
And at that point, you're looking at the cereals like Golden Grams and Cinnamon Life. And you put it in the bowl,
yeah.
and you're like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah." 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
Golden
what the
Grams and Cinnamon Life.
That's what the Golden Grams needed was
Dude,
cinnamon.
Cinnamon Life,
Yep.
yeah.
You're like, I'm
yeah.
taking this to the people.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. Exactly, dude.
My wife got me started on that. She's like, "You want to try this? I mixed Cinnamon Life and shredded mini wheats," and I was like,
Fucking
No.
titrate some Mexican vanilla in there. And I think we have arrived.
"Yeah." And you got to have real milk in it too. You can't be playing around with skim milk.
No, what?
You can't play around with skim milk.
Really?
Yeah, really.
That's all I drink.
Well, that's because you need to live a little.
No, it's because that's what my wife uses.
Here's another
Probably
really
bind you
important
up.
question. When's the last time any of you have been in a fist fight?
Oh, shit.
Like the beginning of high school. Like
Did
the
you win?
Very beginning.
Did you win?
I think so.
Were you
Yeah?
in the right?
I think so.
Were you right to be in the fight?
Not usually. I think anyone I've been in, I've started.
Oh, really?
So, and usually it's just because I'm pissed off.
Really? Shit.
All right, let's put it like this. Okay, so say you're out there singing, whatever. Some dude, hey man, fuck you guys, throws a beer bottle, hits him in the head, and then he like starts fighting him. Are you guys jumping off stage?
You are.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I mean, he'll have enough time to like give me the look around, like either let's fuck this dude up or let's not potentially ruin our image, you know. It'll take him a look, and I'll be like, all right,
this number,
or like, all right.
and going.
Here's what I don't understand about idiots in the audience like that. You know, I'm literally standing in front of a weapon. You know, the mic stand,
right?
The bass, I mean, that thing.
It's a truncheon, dude. If you hit somebody with that, it's over.
A bass player or a guitar player, you're basically holding a bat. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't want to fuck up your guitar, but if you have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it looked cool.
Right. I mean, I don't know why people would mess with dudes in bands. I've had a dude walk right up to me like, what's up, man? Fuck you. I'm like,
4 words. That's all it took.
I'm like, what is wrong with you?
What do you know about 120 watts PV?
What do you know about that?
Exactly.
No, I was just a singer, so I was just standing there. I'm looking at this dude like, are you okay, man? And he's like, fuck you guys, man. Because we went and played Slipknot or something. You know, I was like, we're an 80s tribute band, butthole. You know what I mean? We just played Bon Jovi.
Right.
And the next song is Poison.
Yeah.
We don't know Slipknot. Well, fuck you then, faggot. Here we go.
And the dude was wearing a fringy leather jacket, too.
I said, well, I guess I'm going to have to fight this guy. You know, I mean, do we really have to do this? Yeah. It's like, God. You know what I did last night? I went in and started a fight with the lead singer of Dive Bomb.
Yeah, good work.
Yeah.
He's a real...
Proud of you, buddy.
Yeah.
We did that at one bar we played at. This dude got behind the drum set once we were done.
Yeah.
And we were tearing down. This dude's playing the drum set. Like, he just starts playing it. And, like, I looked at Razor. I'm like, did you give this guy permission to play your drums? He's like, I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
So I took the sticks and I took them out of his hand and started hitting him in the face. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, man.
Why are you hitting yourself?
Because, like, I'm not a fighter. Like, I like to look threatening, but I'm fucking not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. No. Yeah. God, no.
So you're a nice guy.
You should learn some jujitsu.
No, I'm a dickhead, but, like, if you're a combination of a dickhead but you have a good dictionary, you never get fucked with.
That's pretty good.
That's the truth. You get in an argument with somebody and they want to fucking fight you or whatever, throw a couple big words in there and they leave you alone.
I see. That is not
23 fucking
Yeah, that explains a lot.
Because I
Travis.
use big words to say really fucking inflammatory things to
He
people.
he should be the UFC champion if that was the case.
Exactly.
You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Well, you get in the cage and be like, let's extronicate this.
Extronicate. Jesus, you just made that up. I want that word. I'm looking it up.
Extronicate. Let me conjugate it.
Yeah, let me conjugate it.
Extronicated.
Extronicato versus extronicata.
You're being very extronicational.
McGregor would have already not had any.
Right, exactly.
He'd be done. He'd be like, what?
He would have punched you in the mouth already. Yeah. Which, by the way, conjugate means to deliver.
I know what it does. I went to school too.
Tell me what it means then.
To conjugate a verb is to put it in the tense, right?
No.
Oh, god damn, I was wrong.
I went to the
See,
wrong
this is the worst thing that could happen on MDR is to be wrong.
To conjugate a verb usually doesn't happen in the English language. It happens in Romance languages because they always want to know whether the verb is male or female. So it would be O versus A.
Oh, conjugal. Like conjugal visits.
Like a conjugal visit. That's exactly right, dude. Yes, man. You're never going to forget that. That's amazing. I am a teacher.
It's still wrong, though.
Yeah.
Still wrong because when the teacher's like conjugate.
Did you want to conjugate me later? I was hoping that maybe.
There it is.
See you after class.
I was hoping that you'd put your O in my ah.
You ever had a teacher? That you wanted to fuck? Oh boy.
No, dude, I'm super pissed because like they always show these kids that are getting banged by their hot ass teachers, and I'm like, what the
It's different
fuck?
now. I know. Somebody put up a post that said teachers nowadays, and it was this pretty lady, and then they said teachers when we went to school, and it was Sylvester Stallone. You know, it's like,
Dressed up as a teacher.
it's like what?
She only had 2 hairs in her.
You know, when they're
mole.
like,
I mean,
"Oh,
she was
this
acceptable.
teacher slept with her, whatever kid," and I'm like, "Oh, that poor kid," because I'm thinking of the teachers
Right,
I went to
yeah,
school with,
yeah.
right? And then they show the
Poor
teacher,
kid.
and I'm like,
That poor teacher.
Totally.
I'm like, how is this a sin at all?
Yeah, right.
It's called a lucky kid.
I was
You know what I mean?
pissed.
High five.
I was pissed.
That's a lose-lose question for us, though, because where we went to school, it's like I think all the chicks know us, all the teachers know us. So, like, if we were like, yeah, we'd fuck them, they'd be like, oh my god, seriously? And if we were like, nah, dude, we would never fuck them, they'd be like, seriously?
But just is there one though? Just leave them hanging. So, okay, good.
Yeah, there's
good.
gotta be at least
There's
one.
always one.
They're all
There's
gonna
always
think
not
they're all
one.
gonna think they're the one. And next time they see you, like at McDonald's or something, they're gonna be like, "Hi, Justin."
How you doing?
There
I
was a young
McRib.
home ec teacher at my junior high school. Her name was Miss Doer. That was her name. We're like, Miss Doer. Shit, home ec. I got a spoon. Oh, whack. Okay, I'm good now. I had no questions. No further questions.
Nah. You ever
That
get
we
sent
did
to
come
like what is it? In school detention?
Oh God, the list is this long. So much shit like that.
It's like a Walmart.
It was
receipt.
never fighting. Again, it was never fighting.
Never
It
fighting?
was just stupid shit.
Yeah.
That dude that I do mechanic stuff for, that job I do like. That's a cool gig. But he told me this story about when he was in like middle school. The one day he just got up out of his chair and threw his books out the window. And the teacher's like, "What the hell are you doing?" He goes, "I don't fucking care about this class." My God, it's the coolest shit in the world.
That is, man.
I had to do it.
That's bold.
I had to do it. And
That's amazing.
yeah, so I think I got in school for that. I got in school for leaving to go to my house to
Yep.
take a shit one day.
Shit break.
Yeah,
Well,
didn't want to do it at school.
People might not know this, but Alborn, the name of your band, was named after one of your teachers, right? It was kind of
Perhaps.
Alborn. That's what you said on the last
Yeah,
radio
yeah,
show that
yeah.
everybody heard, so it's not a big secret.
Yeah, what are you going back on it now? Is that the thing?
He's like, "No, man, we talked and I just totally."
But you realize that means you have something in common with the band Leonard Skinnerd, because
I
that's
would-
exactly the.
I would definitely. I mean, the significance of it not being ALL space
Right.
BORN.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Allborn. Right.
Okay, here's another good one. I saw you pulled up in like the car that totally determines that you're under 30 years old because it's
Impala.
It's
No.
and it's red.
See, they think it's the make of the car. It's the color.
It's
It's,
the color.
actually the color of the
yeah.
car.
nobody
Yeah.
nobody over 30 from what
No.
Travis says has a car that's
We would
red.
never drive a red car. That's just
No.
never. No. That's
Well,
just not what we do.
Yeah, I mean, whose car is that?
Mine.
That's yours?
Yep.
Okay, did you pay more than $1,000 for it?
Yes.
That's
did?
fucking
Yes.
mean. Now you're just being mean, dude.
The reason I'm saying that because they're in their 20s. When
Yeah,
I was
right.
in my 20s, my
Yeah.
first car was like $300.
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean? I was gonna say you got a
mine
good
was
deal.
basically 300. The first one I had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it red?
What? Yeah,
No.
I'm not trying to be mean,
It was
man.
white.
It was white.
My first car
Red and white are in the same category.
They
though.
kind of are. They kind
was
of are.
probably a 1979 Subaru.
Ooh.
That's
right?
not good.
Okay. And,
Before
and what had-
Subaru really kind of hit their stride, you know.
well, they start every time. I mean, they run.
Yeah, that's true.
Like crazy. But here's
Boxer
the thing:
engines.
it had rusted out so bad that the floorboards, like where you put your feet, were gone.
So you could do like some Fred Flintstone action.
So no, when your Tora tape flew out of the tape deck, it was gone. You had to like go back and get that shit.
And the cops, totally, the cops are like, "We saw you put some materials onto the street as you were driving."
That's my
It's
Guns N' Roses tape.
I couldn't help it. Shit just falls out if I drop
Well,
it.
because my radio was like that. I had this crappy car with a Pioneer stereo in it. You know,
Sweet,
wedged
dude.
in there all crooked, wasn't inserted right, wire sticking out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Didn't know how
right,
to put it. Look, this wire into this wire
Yeah.
until you hear something through the speakers.
Yeah.
And then
had some Craco 6x9.
And unfortunately, like when you were done with the tape, the eject button was like that long. You know, it was
Right,
like
yeah,
stuck,
stuck
you
way out, yeah.
And it's like bam, and it like shot the.
Oh, hey, did you ever have a tape player?
You had to
Okay,
fucking
this
wait
is
to
totally
catch
for
it.
old
You're like,
people.
"God."
This is totally for old people. Did you ever have a tape player that, like, if you pushed the eject button halfway in, it was fast forward, but if you pushed it all the way in, it spat out the tape?
I remember that.
Oh, that's
I
fucking
remember that.
terrible, man. That's like the worst. That was, it's like, who fucking designed that? Like, were they sitting in a meeting and they were like, you know, I think we can make one more reason for this button to be there.
Yeah.
Well, I was considering the fact that we don't have fast forward or rewind controls, and I think that is important.
I'm not sure that any of these guys know what rewinding is. You know what I mean?
dude.
Well, I bet they do.
I've had old vehicles my whole life.
Yeah.
So I know all
Okay,
about
so you know
it.
all about rewinding.
Yeah.
Like you guys lived in the age of VHS.
No. For what it was
yeah.
for me, there was a button that was kind of split in half down the middle, and
That's
it had
right,
arrows
yeah.
pointing either way.
Right, yeah.
So like you could do rewind.
Right.
And it'll eat your tape, or or you could do fast forward and it'll eat your
Yes.
tape, or you can press them both and it would shoot your tape out through the
That's
floorboard
right,
onto the
dude.
street.
Yeah, the combined, push them both for eject. Yeah, that was good. But then you had to like figure out what the bounce is. Like you could almost kind of fucking feel it. Yeah.
And if you did it wrong, it just cut your
did.
tape in half and threw it out.
But basically, like we all had to figure out how to do karate.
Okay.
You know, like
have you ever had this happen? Okay, I know you don't listen to the same stuff I did as a kid, but you know, you'd have like, "Welcome to the jungle." And you're like,
you're fucking pushing the button, you get
You're
the
trying
thing
to
out,
get
and it's just like, oh,
yeah, and you pull it out, and it's like,
It's a fucking streamer now.
yeah.
God damn
Oh my
it.
God.
Yeah. You know, but here's the deal though, is like you'd sit there and you'd just like, oh, you'd pick the thing out of there and you'd feel the points of tension and and then you realize, oh, I just got it free.
Yep.
And you get the whole thing out and then you'd be like, okay, where's a fucking, Ticonderoga fucking number 2 pencil?
Yep.
And you'd like zip that
and then
thing
you find
back
out
together.
the film is twisted.
Yeah, dude, you'd be pissed. You'd be like, fuck.
The tape
so then
is
you got to pull
twisted.
it out past the point where the twist is, untwist it, and try to maintain it while you kept tension. Yeah.
Right. And then every time you heard that song, it was like, "Welcome to the jungle." It's like,
Exactly.
and you dealt with that shit.
I didn't like this song anyway, so I'd push the eject button halfway in for fast forward and get through.
Or you leave your favorite White Lion tape in the back seat in
Yeah.
the hot 110 day.
Degree sun, yeah,
and then
totally.
you put it in. It's like,
Kill your dog for Satan. Yeah, that'd be
and you're
about
like,
it.
well, fuck. It's like you can't fix that shit.
Yeah, man.
Can't fix stupid.
Then they came out with the iPod, and then nobody cared about songs anymore.
Or White Lion.
Or White Lion.
matter.
Yeah,
Hey.
exactly. That shit was
Hey, man.
over.
Don't be talking no bullshit about my White Lion, all right?
We'll fucking talk all kinds of bullshit all
Listen
over
to
the Long
you.
Island.
Like Vito Bratta sucks, and he didn't
I'm
have
not saying
anything
it
to
didn't
do.
suck. I'm telling you that when I listened to their song "Wait" on Power 98.9, which was the fucking dick station.
You're just jealous.
No, and the dude's talking about, I never had the chance to laugh you. I was like, fuck this band. I don't care how good the guitar solos is. They can fucking suck. And that dude, okay, you look like Eddie Van Halen, and you
All
almost
right,
kind of
that's
play better
enough.
than him. But
Had enough of this asshole.
Exactly.
You
But
don't have. What
the
were you
songs
listening?
suck.
Oh, what were you listening to back then? Fucking Suicidal Tendencies.
I was like Led Zeppelin 2
Okay,
and
I can dig that.
Master of Puppets.
So was
That
I,
was
but
where
I
I was
still
at.
had an appreciation. Here's the thing, man.
Yeah.
You guys are kids.
Well, Brian
and,
got laid. I didn't.
Yeah, I was
That's
already
what it
into
was.
the biscuit,
He knew
so-
that if he liked White Lion, he was going to get some pussy.
Right. You can't be rolling around listening to Led
Exactly.
Zeppelin 2.
And you can't be fucking harping on how shitty all the music is that the chicks dig, and and expect to be endeared to them. They will hate your face.
Okay, but what was like old school for you guys? You guys came in on like the was it the Seattle thing with like Soundgarden and all that stuff?
These
That's
guys would
what
have been more like Korn.
would it have
Yeah.
been?
Yeah,
It was
that's-
like,
I mean,
what-
like,
what's the first thing that you heard that you're like, yeah, I can get some, I like some of this, I can get behind it.
Oh, mine was like Credence. Like,
Oh
some
yeah,
old
dude,
shit.
fucking right, man.
me and the old
Yeah.
man and my dad, or me and my dad and my brother used to play in a band and we played at the fucking Sturgis on the River. You remember?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
What was the name of the band?
Come on,
Come on, bring
come
it.
on.
It was Blue Dragon.
Blue
Dragon's
Dragon.
awesome,
That's a
man.
fucking
That's
great
fucking
name.
awesome.
Dude. I love it.
You should name this
Yeah.
record Blue Dragon.
Exactly.
No.
And you should all sing with a big fucking an applique of scratchiness all over your
man.
voice. Because like John Fogerty always sounded like he was 70. He was like 20.
Hey, don't think for a second that the next time I see you guys live, I'm gonna be like, Blue Dragon, baby, yeah.
I've had to deal with that for so long. I still hear that.
I'll be like, it ain't me. It ain't me.
What was the name of your first band?
Name of my first band was called
Probably
Probably something really intelligent.
No.
The exterminating.
No. Exterminate. What is it with you? You've like been making up great words tonight.
There's some people that think it's a real word. They're like, fuck, I gotta look that up.
Yeah,
What is
exactly.
that?
They're
He's
gonna be
out doing
like,
Travis tonight.
It's Roger.
Don't blow your cover.
His name is Roger.
No,
He's
really, these are
developed
big
a
words, I
thesaurus.
swear.
Yeah, no, I think it was an acronym, actually. I think we were called ASD.
What does that stand for?
And see, that was the thing. It's like that was the intrigue. That was the intrigue of the band. Nobody knew what it stood for. That was the fucking point, dude.
It's just letters. Awesome, stupid, dumb. This
Yeah,
is
exactly.
sweet.
Yeah, amazing, stupid, dumb. Asinine, stupid, dumb. That's what it was. No, that was what it was.
Blue Dragon's pretty cool though.
That's
man.
a great name,
I don't even know
man.
how it came about.
Did you go around to write it on your like notebooks and school?
We had
and stuff?
T-shirts.
You had T-shirts.
Do you remember the Sturgis on the River? Were you ever?
Yeah. No, my band Marianas played Sturgis on the River.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
the name.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
played
Back in the day,
Sturgis
yeah.
before too.
Yeah, dude.
But I don't remember Blue Dragon.
We played 3 years. The last 3 years.
If I would have saw that name on the bill, I'd have been like, I got to see Blue Dragon.
Yeah.
Because I would probably assume that they're another 80s tribute band like
Yeah.
mine, and I'd want to see if you guys are playing our set list to a T.
Dude.
See here, let me introduce you to the cover world. You guys, if you guys like don't do what I tell you to do and hit it now, 10 years from now you'll be in a cover band and you'll be hating life. You'll be bar stars. You'll get that little bit of grand. You'll go, oh my God, they played that song, and you'll feel empty, but you'll feel cool because people are still talking to you, and you'll be confused. I don't know anybody. I'm speaking for a friend,
I love this.
but
100% accurate though.
He's like, you're gonna have this, and this, and you'll be confused.
yeah, you just want to die inside. But at the same time, you also want to make sure that no other fucking bands pick the songs that you're playing, right?
Right.
Because then you're like, well, oh, how'd you get that fucking idea, huh? How'd you get that? And then you get cover bands fighting with each other in the Quad Cities, man. And that is the ugliest place.
Yeah.
That's the lowest of the low, right there. When you're going down the street, when you're playing Purgatory, and you go down to the Harley Corns to see if they're oh, that's nice. Oh, you're doing that song. Yeah. That used to happen to us all the time.
Dude,
Like, oh,
but it's like when you're racing for pink. You know, racing for pinks. Do you know this concept? It's like
I knew I'd get him going.
What people used to do is they would race cars, and then whoever lost the race would have to hand over the pink, and the pink was the
Pink
title
slip,
of the fucking car, right? Racing for pinks, right?
We've all seen
But
Grease.
that's like racing for pinks with cars that nobody fucking actually owns.
Yeah.
Or like, how is that a contest?
Kind of like fucking a fat chick, really.
it's cool until your friends find out you're doing it.
Don't
Yeah.
tell anybody.
So you vape? Yeah, that's cool.
Occasionally.
You got the whole little apparatus.
Raises
The whole thing?
and vapes.
Yeah. So what did you smoke previous to that?
I did.
You
I
did?
smoked for quite a few years before I should have. I mean, I shouldn't have started smoking at all, but I started
What?
smoking at a pretty young age.
What does
And
nicotine? What does nicotine do for you? Tell me about
You
it.
know, it's a stimulant.
What does it do for you?
I don't know. It reduces my stress and gets rid of
For 20
shakes.
minutes. For
Gotcha.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's horrible, man. I know. I've been on that ride. It's weird because I watched Intervention. And I'm like, look at these loser assholes stuck on them drugs. Can't get away from it. Just stop. Just quit doing it. I'm gonna go have a cigarette.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get it, man. Addiction's weird.
No,
You
I don't
guys-
think we shouldn't talk about it though. I mean, here's the thing: like everybody is addicted, like everybody, to something. It just doesn't matter
Like
what it
drink
is.
coffee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, they don't count.
Yeah.
What do you have an addiction?
Oh, I chew nonstop.
Okay.
Every second of every day, I chew this pussy shit.
Okay. What's
He
that?
gets out,
What-
dude.
what is it?
You know
It's
what?
like pouches but you don't have to spit it. You just,
Oh, it's in the bag.
you,
That's the first tobacco
Yeah.
case I've ever seen that I think I could comfortably fit up my
It's
ass.
empty though.
that's not good.
Yeah, that's not. He's starting to get bug eyed. Look at him. He's
Look
starting
at him.
like.
Back
No,
up.
I ain't got no addiction, man.
You always carry
So-
two.
So
Okay.
true. So
gotcha.
true.
Always keep a
But like, dude,
That's
during shows in the studio,
Yeah.
You'd be
Fucking-
cutting tracks like
you rolling, dude. Yeah.
nonstop.
Yeah. Sharpens you up
Watch.
for a bit of the
Where'd it go?
suddenly,
ultra violence.
Where'd it
suddenly
go?
nice.
Yeah.
You don't even know.
It's gone now.
Yeah.
You know, I had UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich on the show, and he chewed. And I was so surprised to know that
Yeah.
he chewed tobacco.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
That was crazy because he said, "Oh, all the wrestlers and everybody, they all chew," and so they got like a nicotine thing.
Yeah. Everybody that I've ever known, which is about 2 people who is a successful writer, are smokers. People who write smoke. There's something about tobacco. It's like it sharpens you up in some kind of way. I'm trying to I don't understand it because I only used tobacco for a short time. So
the good thing was that smoking and these went horrible together.
Is that what horrible?
It make you sick.
Well, I did this, I think it came out when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, done. And then at the time they were like $2.
The first time I ever did that was somebody had a big pouch of Red Man or something, and it was leaves. It was branches in there. You know what I mean? Like you pick out a stick with a leaf on it and chew some up. I'm like, yeah, I'm having fun. Chew on that for a second, and then you're and fucking start swallowing it. And they're like, you ain't never done that before, have you? And then they talk about, well, you tuck it behind your teeth. And I'm like, I fucking tried. You said that the first time I tried. The shit's coming out. And now I'm salivating and I'm swallowing this tobacco and my chest is burning and I want to throw up. Right?
Yeah, no. And the whole time, the old guys are all like, you don't know nothing about pussy, do you? Yeah. And you're like,
let me tell you something about fucking cousins.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, so if they'd had a pouch, that'd have been a way better experience.
Game changer. And in high school, when these were like $2, I used to sell them for $1 a piece.
$1 a piece?
And there's 15 in there. Oh, dude, I just it was a total.
So you were a tobacco dealer.
You were hustling.
In school.
You were fucking hustling.
Is that one of the in-school suspensions?
They ever bust you for it?
Maybe.
Okay, so I was 17.
No, I was good. I was sneaky. I would just play the major guilt if they ever blame me for something like that. I'd be like, do I seriously look like the kind of person that would do something like that?
You've been
and you know what? Now they're like, he's a singer of Alborn. He certainly was a kind of kid that would do that.
He's just as big a piece of shit as I ever thought he was.
Yeah. Fucking scofflaw loser. Yeah, exactly.
What's the truth?
That's funny though. But I mean, hey, you evaded discovery. I mean,
I'm a fucking awesome liar.
Really?
I don't. Yeah.
You know what? That's cool of you to admit. Tell me 2 stories, one that's true and one that's a lie, and we see if we can tell the difference. And they got to be short stories too.
All right.
I come up with this shit just off the cuff, Travis.
Yeah.
Don't try to be me. This is brilliant. This is when brilliance happens.
That's right.
Here.
It's the new contest.
All right. Tell me 2 things that you've done. One's a lie, one's true, and we'll try to tell you which one's a lie.
All right.
Okay.
First one.
All right. It's already a lie. I can tell because your cheek twitched. I saw it.
Yeah.
I have kids, dude. I'm telling you.
He's got dad skills. I don't know if you're going to be able to.
I got to think of something that wouldn't get me in trouble for somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, just my mom would be calling me and be like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Hey,
yeah, I'm dead serious. I'm sorry.
When somebody catches you in a lie,
that's when I'm good.
Oh, okay.
What do you say? How do you react?
Depends on what the question is.
All right, how about this?
Now, do you laugh or are you like, and keep trying to go down into denial? Like, how do you do it?
I got a supernatural bitch face, so any of my reactions, it's not pissed off. They're like, Jesus, settle down.
Yeah.
Oh, where you're angry that they're even accusing you of this thing?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
I look pissed off all the time. So when I if I look pissed off, they're like.
Okay, so when you said bitch face, you meant like resting bitch face.
Nonstop. I'm pissed. If I've had a couple of fucking lagunitas, then I'm relaxed. Then you watch the eyebrows just kind of fucking chill out. Right. Like as soon as I got here, they were fucking beep.
Yeah,
I'm good.
They were fully pivoted.
That's why I warned you a lot, both of you a lot. I'm like, it's on.
Yeah.
All right, so when you sign that big deal and you do the big tour and you're on all the radio stations and fucking Letterman don't do nothing no more, but Joe Rogan wants you on his podcast, okay? Because you're his favorite new jam. What's the fucking first car that you're gonna buy? I mean, you got the check. The check's already there. It says fucking Razor, $1 million. What? You're like ASCAP or whoever the fuck pays you. I don't know.
Right.
Like Casablanca Records.
Right. It's all gone, Brian. It's all gone.
iTunes. Whoever fucking sends the check anymore.
Okay.
Who sends the checks?
Okay, now you're
like when you get. All right, that's a whole nother thing. What is that? We did take a break too, Hunter. That was for my brother. He knows. He knows what I'm talking about.
He's well aware.
Yeah.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Hunter, it was a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the first car?
I already got it.
What it's gonna be?
I'm good.
What's it gonna be?
I got.
You have it.
Yeah, I got an old pickup, but I would if I bought more, it would just be more junk pickups.
Okay.
I love junk pickups.
Like we talking like 1980.
I got a 73 now.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, them kind of trucks. I always see them. And I'm like, dude, I want to have one of them so fucking bad. So I could pull up to Travis's little fucking party, and everybody can be like, "Yep, there's Brian in his penis truck."
Dude,
I bet he's wearing that Playboy Talent Scout shirt too.
Yeah,
shit! I didn't even tell you. Okay, so anyway, this fucking truck I got is a 73 3/4. When I bought it, it was 2-wheel drive. I made it 4-wheel drive, bought a 4-wheel drive frame, put a big block in it, 400 training 205 transfer case, and that guy that I work for helped me put the body on the 4-wheel drive frame, so now it's 4-wheel drive. It's got a 6-inch lift, 35-inch tires, blah, 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 a bunch of stupid shit that nobody cares about. But I went to an AutoZone, and this old dude, he goes, I pulled in, and I needed something for the truck, and he goes, holy shit, is that your truck? And I'm like, yeah. So he walks over there and looks at it. And like, I don't drive it around like to showcase. I just genuinely like driving old shit.
Yeah.
But he was asking all about it. He goes, what do you got in there? I'm like, I put a big block in it. He goes, yeah, like, what is it? I'm like, a 454. He goes, holy fuck.
Was he reaching down his pants at all?
Dude, so then he walks out and like, I don't know how the fuck he got to talking about, I had music going. He goes, you big fan of music? I'm like, yeah. I said, I'm in a band too. And he goes, you have got to be the coolest fucking person I've ever met. And I'm like, he said like right then, I'm like, all of this money I spent on this truck.
No, wait, there's a part I'm missing. What color is your truck?
Oh, this horrible green.
Terrific. I know the green. What is it exactly again? Say it.
It's a 73 GMC.
Ooh.
But it's a terrible green.
You guys don't like bring a change of clothes for your sets or anything, right? You don't change into stage gear.
Not usually.
No, we're like the most. What I mean, Christ.
Like you would wear this on stage, right?
Yeah, this is my stage uniform. I even
yeah.
told him, I told Zane right when I pulled up, I was like, just so you know, I said I changed out my work uniform, which was a red shirt with a pocket, into my band uniform, which is a blue shirt with a pocket. Like, this is it.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It says Alex and Morrison Auto Supply right here.
Yeah, well, you don't want any pretense, man. I mean, that's cool. I like that. Like,
you know what? You're missing so much of what's fun
what I
about
was
rock
gonna
and roll.
tell
And
you
I'm not saying rubbing butts in the dressing room is fun. I'm trying to say that.
But it is.
The experience
I want to tell you about the other
of
side
transforming into the band. That's
the other side of it, Brian, is when you go out and it's like you spent too much time like dressing up and trying to fucking look cool and whatever, and it weighs on you and just totally fucks you over because you're not being honest. You know?
I had
you
like
just fucking
totally
put
wrong.
on what you're wearing.
Totally
and you
wrong.
go out there and you play your shit and you don't fuck around with any of that aesthetic. You just be honest.
I had
this
like
is what I am. This is what I do.
It was every bit of a
That's
fucking...
the way I feel about it.
Okay, that's cool with you, but see, here's the thing: is like to me, rock and roll was an escape. It was an act. It was It was a play. In other words, that's what you say.
A costume.
When you go do, what do you say? I'm going to go play this gig, right?
Yeah.
I am going to go play.
Games are real.
I'm going to the show, right?
Show is real.
I get tired of fucking Dickie shirts and fucking whatever. I want you guys to fucking have like.
He wants you to dress up like Parliament Funkadelic.
I'm not saying
circa
that get some fucking leopard print spandex. I'm just saying it's
all leopard print spandex.
We see that's the thing is it works for you guys. But I think it does. I think that's a trend. I think
could do it.
Wearing that shirt is just as much of a trend as me wearing leather pants.
Because he's starting it.
I've
had
probably.
That's what I think, man.
Probably of the 4 times that we've worked in the studio on for different sessions and shit, maybe 5 now, I don't fucking know, but every single time Morgan has this little sit down with me and he's like, all right, now we gotta do something about this get up. I'm like, what? He's like, Zame is wearing a shirt that says "I kill you."
Yeah,
like we got to do something about that. And I'm like, "Fuck you, man!" Like I just like
those dudes are on Brian's side with that, and they're probably fucking right.
I know, and I hate
what I mean?
but I won't admit
probably
it.
Fucking right.
Well, here's the same
I'm
thing.
not saying
like
Brian's wrong.
We played.
I just couldn't do it.
Last year, we played a show with.
Me and Travis got some shit to work out.
Oh, here it comes.
We got some shit to work out.
All right.
Okay, who's your favorite band in the world? Like
who's the
favorite band?
Yeah.
Ultimate. Oh fuck, Deftones.
Oh,
Okay, I don't know what they dress like. Adidas pants.
Authentic as fuck.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Dickie shirts.
No.
Well, maybe not that
Just
particular
themselves.
style, but it was
Yeah.
They're
themselves.
themselves.
Yeah, like
All
where they
right,
came
well, I'm
from.
gonna lose this battle.
Driving trucks,
I'm a little
fucking wearing
outnumbered
Dickie
here.
shirts, dude.
Okay.
That's what fucking life looks like,
That's
man.
it, man.
I get it,
I
dude.
would-
I fucking get it.
I would like for you to all turn around and look at the Kiss Destroyer record that's behind you. Okay,
Look how large a format
that is the gap we're talking about.
Fucking abs.
abs.
Look at
Look at
Yeah.
those. Look at that. He's got the man cleavage.
This is what I was rocking when I was
there.
okay. And that to me, I looked at that as a 7-year-old boy and thought, I wish he was my dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wish all of them were my dad. Kiss could be my dad.
They might be.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's a huge so when you're learning what rock and roll is, and of course at that point no other band that didn't look like that, they didn't matter shit to me. They didn't matter shit to me. Mom could be like, hey, did you know the Rolling Stones are about to be on the Saturday night special? And I'm like, I don't give a shit. They don't spit fire. You know what I mean? And then, and if she said Kiss was anything, I was boom, right in front of the
Yep,
TV.
yeah, me too.
It was a magic show. You know what I mean? It
was,
was overwhelming for a 7-year-old to see that
I
kind
get
of stuff.
that entirely.
I
though.
saw it when I was 3.
I'm trying to explain why I am who I am.
It's why I am who I am.
And I understand that you're, well, if there's value in the music, it shouldn't matter what you look like. Right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're going over right now.
Yeah, I agree.
You're saying,
I
I
agree.
believe in the music first.
I
and
do
then-
too. Yeah.
Okay, well, you were MTV. I'm MTV ruining the 70s radio stars.
I'm MTV ruining me and then realizing MTV was a fucking sham and I wasn't going to pay attention to most of what it wanted to tell me. It was horrendous.
I knew it was a sham when there was a show called Headbangers Ball
Yeah.
every Saturday night
Yeah, I
on
remember that.
MTV.
And it wasn't
they
anywhere
did a
near-
countdown. They did a countdown of the Skull Crusher of the week.
Oh, God.
Skull Crusher of the
Crusher.
week. Okay. Number one for like 6 years was Every Rose Has its Thorn by Poison.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And everything leading up to that was like almost tolerable. I mean, the
Yeah.
Skull Crusher of the month, Bon Jovi, I'll never forget you, babe. It's like, or whatever. They don't even have a fucking song called that. But I'm just saying, you were like, I smell something funny here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, this is like the Skull Crusher of the month.
Like if the girls liked it too much, I didn't like it. I was like, this is fucking bullshit.
Yo,
That's
if it
the
starts
same
out with,
shit though. That
don't
dude,
give a fuck.
that dude that worked for the mechanic, I've
Yeah.
known him my whole life, but like he was always obsessed with all that shit, the
Yeah.
Headbangers Ball and stuff,
Yeah.
and like he always tries to tell me like back in the day when you didn't have internet and shit, he's like you had to buy magazines to
Yeah,
find these
that's
cool
right.
bands, but he said there was this one band, I can't remember the name, but they had a song called Good Day for a Hanging that was some super 80s band, and he showed me the VHS that he had recorded from Headbangers Ball.
That's amazing. He
Oh,
still
cool.
had it?
Yeah, he's old school as fuck.
Wow.
But he showed me the tape, and all the dudes came out on stage dressed just like Jeff, like fucking pants, like just fucking tight work pants,
Yeah,
a work
dude.
shirt tucked in.
Yep.
And like all of us went, that is the coolest shit in the world.
Fucking
like
A.
because like polar opposite of what you
Yeah,
think.
right.
Like
hey, let me show you guys something.
he's not.
Here comes
interested at
Ryan.
all.
He doesn't care. Because, I mean, to him, if you don't appropriate a significant enough amount of glamour, which is part of the reason why I'm always homo fucking with him all the time. Dude. That is the fucking bookend.
I need this prop for the audience.
I
okay?
never liked that shit.
My wife stopped me dead in my fucking tracks the other night. We were having a discussion. We were debating. The subject was we were watching some Lisa Ling show or something on the TV, and it was about people that don't identify as boy or girl or anything,
Right.
and all this stuff. And we got on this subject. I don't even know where we went, but I was just like,
transitory.
I don't understand why if a guy likes guys, he starts to put on like makeup and look like a girl.
Yeah, like why not just be a guy?
Right. So we were exploring all
Yeah.
of them weird things, and I
Yeah.
was like, man, she's like, you got something against gay people? And I was like, absolutely not.
No.
I just don't want to see a man dressed like a woman. And she goes, explain docking.
Boom. Here it comes, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And seriously,
different.
Yeah. And then I was like, I just sat there. No, I sat.
Yeah, they all look like Sandra Bullock.
I sat there and just kept eating my Captain Crunch, and I was just like,
yeah.
Yep. And I'm looking at all these. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty weird. When I was in my teenage years, I was like doing this to guys that were wearing women's clothes and makeup.
Like, and your point is,
but it was manly to us. We looked at that like it was super cool.
I agree.
Like if you looked at Motley Crue with their teased hair and all this stuff, we were like, man, that is so cool. Because when Nikki Sixx did the whole like,
I don't know, I just
this thing with the stripes and the big hair, it was just like, okay, these guys are like an army and they're brave. I didn't see a female aspect to them. I saw a very manly aspect to them, and that's really odd.
It's kind of like David Bowie, it's the when David Bowie came out and he represented like this androgynous pure glamour figure in the 70s. I think that's what kind of drove all of the glam rock and why the glam rock, that's how we ended up with like Twisted Sister and shit. I mean it was all driven by that,
But I mean, I like the opposite of that shit too, because like, when Mudvayne first came out, they were fucking covered head to toe.
Right, but there was more like Halloween costumes.
Yeah, that was
less
weird.
Like,
that was weird.
Hey, regard me as the ultimate.
Slipknot, same thing. The first time I even heard about Slipknot, I saw a guy wearing a shirt that said "People equal shit."
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was like, what the why would you want to fucking... And I said, what is that? And he turned around, he's like, Slipknot, dude, they're the best band in the world. These people were all like, they just went and met their new religion. Right. They saw Slipknot, and I was like, so I listened to it, and I was like, oh boy, this is completely different than the shit that I'm doing, you know what I mean? And he's like, oh boy. And then he would,
I don't know about the singer.
Yeah, and I was trying to give this guy my Drop Hammer CD, and he's probably like, I like man music. Excuse me. I don't like dudes that sound like chicks. Yeah. And I'm like, what's up, bitch? He's like, I'm a Slipknot dude. And I'm like, oh, well, I can't stand a chance of that. You know what I mean? That's monster music, and I can't even hang with it. You remember when that happened, though?
I do, but I just think, I'm a Slipknot dude. Well, what else are you? Just
no. When that whole Creed and Slipknot and all that real heavy stuff that was Godsmack,
right?
All that type of thing, man. Like it changed the whole playing field. I mean, there was no competing with that stuff. It was dominating everything.
Yeah.
And if you came out and sang a melody, look at this fucking fag. You know what I mean? You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Although it seems like that was kind of the last hard rock that was centrally, popular.
So where is rock and roll now? Where is it?
It's hard to say.
Weird, man.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Weird. Like at the shop, that mechanic place I work for, we got serious. And like we listened to Octane for the first couple of years I worked there.
Octane, yeah.
And then finally it just got to like, we would go to liquid metal every once in a while, which is like the brutal heavy shit, which I listen to a lot of on my own time. But it was like for the shop, it's just a little too much. But it's like Octane kind of dialed down a little bit. So then we went to liquid metal, and now they're kind of dialing down. Right. Like they're playing shit that I'm like, well, I could see our genre being on here,
It's like music that when it comes on and everybody's standing around, you're like, are we supposed to be beating each other up?
Oh, yeah. Like traditionally, like the heavier it is, and like
are we supposed to be punching
the more
each other?
I want to beat the fuck out of and being the non-fighter I am, I want jam shit that just makes me want to fucking kill you.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to kill you.
That's so functional. It's so functional.
That's called very high testosterone levels.
Right.
And that can make you crazy. But, in my old age, when I was a boy,
back in the day,
wee lad.
No.
Yeah, wee lad.
The old man that I am, I start to admire people, because I know the dudes in the big trucks with the fucking big wheels and the thing, and they're cranking like something super heavy because it has to go with that truck and that person, and that's their identity.
But that never works. That's the best
cranking
part.
that. They're cranking that, right? See, I admire that motherfucker in his Prius with fucking Journey. Don't stop. And he's sitting there at the stoplight and he's singing. He don't care that you see him singing. He's like, believe that.
Looking you in your eyes and shit.
Yeah, it's like
fuck yeah.
Bruce.
And I'll be like, damn right, man. You fly.
I see you seeing me.
You fly that flag, man.
Up, man.
You know what I mean? You got the guts to do it? I dare you. I want to do a GoPro in your car, just you, and I want to see you go to the gas station and sit with people going in and out, just sit in the car cranking Journey. And own it like a man.
Give me 6 Lagunitas
and he's ready.
That should be a challenge,
I hope
man.
no cops are watching
5.5.
this.
Fuck no.
Even better would be something like Talk Dirty to Me or something. Something that really, something. And you know what song that is.
Yeah.
See, you guys all know what Talk Dirty to Me is because you jamming at practice sometimes. Like,
that was Blue Dragon.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. But, I mean, that takes balls.
But that's why I like playing the heavy
don't
shit.
take balls.
Because like we even
It takes balls to do anything, it seems
Oh
like.
God, Travis!
I only
the dudes with the Punisher sticker between crooked, not even centered on the back window of their truck.
I don't
you know what I
want
mean. I
stickers.
can't stand people like that. If you're gonna put a sticker on your truck, fucking put it where it's supposed to be.
Measure twice.
It's like, did
place
you
the
look?
decal once.
Did you look at it when you put it like this? Because that kind of bothers me.
They just went.
Yep, that's good.
And tell me that new sticker that says Salt Life
It'll have to work.
doesn't really say Slut Life, because every time I see it, I'm like, Slut
me too.
Life?
Me too.
What is that? You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
I don't,
People
no.
put Salt Life stickers. You got to start paying attention to stickers on cars.
Apparently.
Because first of all, if you're going to put a sticker on your car, you're already an asshole.
It's
You know what I
probably
mean?
a red car.
You're already an asshole like me that has an MDR sticker on his car. But I mean, then when you get like 100 of them that say everything, like, I love my dog. Dogs are people too. I saw one of them today. Dogs are people too. And I was like, really, motherfucker?
No.
Dogs.
Does your dog have a
Actually
social
not.
security number?
My
Exactly.
dog doesn't pay any fucking bills,
Boom.
and I got a problem with
Dude,
it.
a dog's life for me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What's up with that? What, you know the people you pull up behind them, they got like 18 stickers of I love my dog. My dog is
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
Here's my dog.
Yeah.
Here's my family. And stick people.
Those
It's like,
people are
what
usually
is
just
this?
terrific in human
You should
relationships.
try some butt stuff because you got way too much shit going on. In your fucking hatchback
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You may need to drain the swamp.
Yeah. Them stickers are never on Yukon Denali's. If you notice.
You're very
Really?
observant about.
Pay attention. They're only on like 8-year-old cars that, you know, have like a bunch of garbage in the back window.
Like a fucking like the Dodge Caravan.
The gold one. So what's the final word, Alborn? You guys doing MDR is crazy. I know we're going to talk about everything. I know you guys are like, well, we didn't talk too much about music, but we really did, because after doing this, I like you guys. I feel connected with you. You know, and I feel like if I see you guys at a gig or something, you'll come say hello to me. I'll come say hello to you. I have some vested interest in what you're doing, or else I wouldn't have you here. You know what I mean? But you especially, man, you really opened up this time, and I think you were really comfortable.
Lagunitas, man.
You did a great job, man.
The unofficial sponsor.
I, however, will uncomfortably avoid eye contact with all of you the next time that we're in the same location.
I told him.
Yeah.
I told him before we
Listen to
got
this.
there.
Listen to this, Travis.
I was
Listen to this.
fucking pissed because we played at the theater in Davenport,
Yeah.
and after that I was talking with our guitarist, and he was like, "Who the fuck is that dude?" I'm like, "I don't know." Like I ain't shitting you. About 30 minutes later, I'm like, "It's fucking Travis, dude." I'm like, "I don't know if this dude was here for our shit." I was like, "I don't even
I
know if
missed
I
your
wanna go
shit
to
totally.
Fucker.
So I couldn't come over and congratulate you on
Man.
anything. Because I was like, I don't know what you did or didn't do.
I think either I or Meat went up and said something to you.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Yeah,
That sounds exactly like
fuck,
me.
man."
I'd be like, you know, you're just, I don't know, you guys just aren't.
Today.
You're not memorable. No,
Don't you know who the fuck I think I am?
No, I remember seeing you guys sitting on some couches that were,
They were comfortable.
yeah, and you know, talking with your people and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. I got this thing like, if I don't really like if I'm not feeling like a reason to come up and talk to somebody, especially if it's somebody that I only have made their acquaintance, you know, maybe 1 or 2 times, I usually won't like go in and just insinuate myself.
Dude.
I usually won't.
Same way.
That's what I've been dealing with ever since we started this band. And
Yeah.
like, I didn't give a shit about talking to people until like a year ago when Morgan was like, "Now, fucking knock it off. Like,
What?
you need to communicate with them." And I'm like, but then once you do, it's cool as shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I would talk to people that I really got to know, but like they would really have to make an effort to talk to me because I'm just not a talkative
and
person.
that's kind of my thing. Like when like people that are famous are around, and Brian, I kind of differ on this because Brian is more like fucking famous people, and I'm more like, hey, a Scott County resident. You know what I mean? I'm like more that way about it. So when I'm around,
Until
big
David Lee Roth walks
people that
in,
are
this
famous-
motherfucker be like, really? Oh,
no,
shit.
hey, I'm not gonna fucking bother the dude, and I'll tell you the why. Because I don't know that guy. And my reasons for going up and talking with that person are so self-contained, probably to what it is, if you were to compare it to what their life is actually like, that unless like we were in an interaction, like say I was like working a car rental counter and that guy just got off a plane and comes over and has to get some car rental shit, then I would speak with him in the capacity of a car rental clerk.
Even if it was Burt Reynolds?
Even if it was Burt Reynolds.
But see,
you're not even going to let him
and
know
I'll tell
that
you
you
what,
know he's Burt Reynolds and
the
like,
way
hey man, I
that
like
would
your
talk
work.
to him about my job, he would
won't
absolutely know that I was me.
You won't even just say, you wouldn't even
know.
You wouldn't even just say, I like your work?
No, I would never say that.
But that's
No.
authentic, and like that's exactly
That's
how I
what
am.
they want. You're gonna act like you don't know who the fuck he is. It's Burt Reynolds, man.
No.
You know, it's
I'm
like,
not gonna act like that, but I'm not gonna act on my ideas about who he is. I'm gonna like try to get from him who he is in order to react to that. Like,
he's gonna
and then if he's a dick, you never brought up music, so what the hell?
right?
Or
And
whatever
if you don't
it was.
say anything,
Exactly.
though, you'll never really have an interaction with him.
No, I would be just interacting with my persona that I had associated with my mental image.
I'm on your
I'd never
page, man.
engage it. I would never
I'm
do
right
it.
there
man.
with you.
I just won't do it.
All
how I
right,
am.
because I'm trying to go through it
Yeah.
right now. Like if you know,
It's like-
I
it's
got
like-
like this big thing with Joe Rogan. I think he's really cool, and I'd love to fucking smoke a joint with him.
I'd love to put cylindrical objects in
shut
my
the-
mouth near him.
See, there it is. See, there it is. That's the fucking shit he does right there. And then when I call him on it, he's like, "What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, man?
Homophobe? Whatever. I don't say
not
gay
gay."
shit." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." So I'm calling him on it anyway.
Not at all that we think we are absolute 100% nobodies, but it's like even when you were doing the band shit and somebody would come up to you after a show, like say you had 10 people come up to you after a show. By the time it gets to like 8 or 9, you're just like, yeah, thanks, you know, but you don't take it to heart. Can you imagine the fucking world that them guys live in where it's every day people are posting shit to him like, I'm so obsessed with everything you do, and then in person you're just like, God, I just want to get away from it.
You want to hear the straight dope from me? Somebody that's been in the fucking trenches and been through that whole emotional roller coaster and still really doesn't have it figured out as to what it really was and what was happening in my head. But I think looking back on it, it was insecurity, pure and simple, because I had a hard time believing that people that loved my shit like really loved it. They might have just been saying that to try to get close to me because they think I'm cool in the moment, you know. And you start doubting what the reason is that they're saying that they love your stuff so much. And then you start, you know, then you see them getting your lyrics tattooed on them, and you see things like, and you're like,
did that happen to you?
Absolutely.
No fucking way.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
What were the
Absolutely.
lyrics? Were they lyrics you wrote?
Dream the dream. It's on my arm too. There's Walk with the Brave, Dream the Dream. These are my lyrics were meant to uplift and make you feel like you can conquer anything and don't give up. I'm a real like, I like to make people feel good about themselves and go get what they want.
Yeah.
You know, go get it. Don't let anybody stop you.
Stand tall.
You know, because of course, when you start a band, what's the first thing motherfuckers say to you? You ain't gonna make it. No. And inside you're like, oh yeah? It's like a challenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like people do make it though. The challenge is there, you know.
Yeah.
But you get that stuff happening and you're like, damn, that's gonna be on their skin forever. There's gonna be a day when they're gonna look at that. I always looked at when they start to realize I'm not anything special, and they realize that, oh, well, what the fuck did I do that for? Can you cover this up? You know, I'm waiting for that part to happen. You know, I've had that. And also another repercussion of the situation, and you'll go through it, all of you guys will go through it, because you guys are starting to get attention now, and once you get the hype behind you, there's already people that can't handle that, and they're gonna fucking hate everything that you do. And if, say for example, I've had this happen to me several times, and this is no bullshit. I run into people now and they're like, oh, I know who you are. You're Brian Miner. I'm like, yep, I'm Brian. And they're like, oh yeah, I always thought you were an asshole. I had people that didn't like me because of what they thought I was in passing, like I had a gig. Like what I'm talking about. When people are talking to you and you're like, yeah, and you just want to get the fuck away from people because you don't want to spend too much time around them because you might ruin whatever it is that they think is cool about you. They might think you have a speaking voice that's like this.
Right.
And then you're like, hey man, what's up? And they're like, oh, I thought his voice would be cooler than that. You know, all these things that you're insecure about, you know, like they're getting real close. They can see that my teeth ain't perfect. You know, it's all these things that they're like, oh, I liked you for a second, but your teeth are jacked. You know, whatever it is. So you just want to get the fuck away from them. You know, and then a lot of, hey man, thanks. Hey man, thanks. Hey man, thanks happens. Then you get out of there, and then 10 years later, you run into them people that you just, yeah, thanks, and brushed off.
Right.
And they're like, oh yeah, dude, I totally came up to you and was like trying to talk to you, and you're like, all right, whatever, and walked away. People that like your band, they feel like you owe them a moment. And in this day and age, you have to pay them the moment now. And I've seen it with 3 Years How and all. They're like, we got to stand at the merch booth for hours, you know, and be normal people and talk to them at ground level. And I'm so separate from that. I'm used to bands that show up and skate. You know, you never really get to touch them or see them.
Right.
And that adds to the whole mystique of it, right?
Yeah.
And then when you're in the trenches and you got people coming up saying stupid shit like, hey man, that one song you guys do that one's like da, 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 and they don't even know the name of your song, you're like, fuck, I already hate you. You know what I mean? If you love my band, you'd know the name of the song. See, that's kind of how I was, and I guess I was an asshole, wasn't I?
Yeah.
When you were
It's the
playing,
way that you type.
yeah. What'd you
There
say?
it is. I said I was gonna drop it.
What'd you say?
So we had only. Oh man. So we had only talked. He had only seen what we had talked to you through the
Okay.
shit on the messages. And like right as we got in the car to go get the beer, I'm like, that dude's cool as fuck. He's like, yeah, dude, definitely. I'm like, but he texts like a fucking asshole, does he not? And he's like, dude, he does. You,
Me?
Yeah.
It's
What did
I told you I was gonna tell him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So talk about the texts.
All right. Yeah. How am I an asshole on the
What's
text?
the text? Asshole text. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Exactly,
it is.
yeah.
I don't know
I'm
what it is.
fascinated.
If it's the short words, the extra periods, the dots, adds.
See, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that.
It'd be totally different if I was like, "Do you want us to email?
No. Hold on.
Do you want us to email you the new single?" And if you were like, "Yeah," but it's yeah, not anymore. You've changed your tone with us. It's
There's no
wonderful
tone
now.
in it.
He put the mids back in.
Yeah.
He did.
He's like, no, these guys ain't that bad, I guess. So,
Okay, tell me if you're gonna say something like, "Yeah, that would be awesome." I'm gonna put like, "Yeah, period."
yeah, and that comes off to me like,
it comes off like whatever. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I using bad text etiquette? Because
No,
to
no.
me that means poignant pause. Like, yeah,
no.
bring that shit.
That would be an
That's
exclamation point.
I don't do-
I'm
Now,
embarrassed.
what about no punctuation?
Yeah,
like
no,
just a
no
word?
periods. Like it should be. You only use 3
bullshit.
periods
Proper
when you,
noun.
when you don't want to talk to anybody.
This is bullshit. I'm talking to Alborn here. You tell me what I've done wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
here
Too
for
many
the,
ellipses, man.
for the so here's what you guys said. All right, so here I go. What are you guys doing tomorrow night?
No.
Wanna do-
This is too recent. Scroll up,
Okay.
way up,
All right. How far up you want to go?
as high as you can go. As soon as you start finding them extra dots, it's dangerous.
It is, dude.
Okay, the conversation between you and
used to be an all
and
caps
MDR
guy.
goes like this: send us your single. ...
Then I'm like, this dude's.
Send us your single.
Well, how do you think I'm saying that?
That's exactly the way it would come across.
Send us your single.
I'm taking it like this, like, just send us the fucking single, please.
Yes,
for the
that's
love
exactly
of
right.
God.
That's what it
Really?
means.
Is that what
yeah.
that? Damn, I'm gonna have to do some.
100% because we were like,
It's a way of being like dun-a-dun-a.
right when you said that, I'm like, dude, what are we doing wrong?
And then
Yeah,
and
right.
then
this guy hate us.
and then you sent and then you sent me some link to your video. I'm
Right.
like, these guys obviously don't know how radio works, but okay.
You guys don't know how radio works.
Okay, this is our most popular one currently. Fucking idiots. Thank you very much for your interest, man. Exclamation point.
There we go.
Excited to hear it on your broadcast. Exclamation point. Exclamation point.
now,
Two of them.
now
Okay.
you know. We're
So,
fucking. We're
so how are you saying that? Say it how you.
Read it back.
Okay, you said this is our most popular one. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. Okay, say it how you meant that to be.
Thank you very much for your interest, man. Something like
Even
that.
with the man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't get that in that. I didn't get that.
Now, what about zero punctuation? You just leave punctuation off. What does
that
what
just
does that do?
sounds like you dropped out in 7th grade.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
had like zero,
Nah.
like all lowercase,
No punctuation.
like-
You're like major into grammar
Oh,
and
big
shit,
time,
and
yeah,
I am
absolutely.
too. So
Super
me and you
duper.
are on the same page. His fucking grandpa, instead of periods, uses commas. Comma. Like, how painful is that?
That's
But
interesting.
it's not 3.
He did
It's not
elaborate.
1.
He did
It's like
elaborate.
8.
All right, I found some periods
Just a
again.
random number.
I found a bunch of periods again.
What'd you say?
I kind of feel guilty on this one because this does kind of sound like an asshole.
He gets
Here it
it.
comes. He understands.
He
yeah.
said, I said,
He's got
I
humility.
said, is the band just Alborn now? No Theory? On the countdown tonight at 8 p.m. on 97X, Minor Disturbance Radio. And you guys said, we dropped Theory on New Year's Day. I said, good to know. ...
No, you're
Like, dude, I remember that.
You're like this. Here's what it was like. It was like
I remember that specifically.
it was like one of these. It was like, good to know. Thanks.
No, I took it 100% like him going like this,
Man.
Yeah. You know what?
Good to know.
Yeah.
You know what that? See, I thought that just meant like good to know because I've been saying the wrong fucking name. You know what I mean? And in my mind, when I put the ... that just means I'm like, it's good to know, man.
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. The first time we came here, we were like, me and Razor were terrified because I'm like, this fucking dude texts like he hates us already. And then it took like one sentence out of your mouth. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, okay, we were wrong.
Oh yeah.
And then it worked.
Right.
But then we like the next time we messaged you, it was with the dots. I'm like, why? What did we do wrong?
Jesus.
You know what? I'm actually flattered that you actually read into it that way.
That's
because
cool.
it makes me feel
seriously.
like you don't really know me then, because obviously I'm not that.
Oh no!
No.
This last go around, I knew. I totally.
We should only talk on the phone from now on,
but at the same time,
so that I can be like, yeah, whatever, dude.
well, it also indicates that they
Dot, dot, dot.
Persona,
No, but it also indicates that they take you seriously, Brian.
I guess so.
That's really
I guess
what
so.
it matters. I mean, it's like, why? I care about this dude not being a fucking asshole, but he is being one. So now what do I do?
We did, because I'm telling you,
Yeah.
if if this had an audience of like 5 people, and we were like, yeah, you can be on the show, ... I'd be like, fuck that. I'll do something else. But it was like, I got faith in this dude. He's worked with a lot of cool dudes. I'll deal with his attitude.
Yeah.
If he's got
Maybe he
attitude.
doesn't look like such a prick in these videos.
But then sure shit, we pull up and you're like, what the fuck is up, dude? And I'm like, this guy.
No, you know what I am. You know what I am. They call me the local music authority or whatever.
Yeah,
the local music authority. Actually, what I am is like, I'm just kind of like this weird uncle to all these new bands that are out, and I kind of want to. I want to come in.
Fucking music authority.
I want to come in and just kind of straighten some shit up for you guys, so that I'm just like a little helpful. And someday you'll be like, man, Uncle Brian was right. Do you know what I mean?
He was weird. Was cool as shit.
His basement smelled weird, and he was kind of strange, but he was fucking right about that shit.
And I don't know about the blue light booth, but you know,
that authority, them calling you authority, I'm telling you, strictly comes from them extra dots. You were probably emailing someone like, he's the fucking
authority, dude. He's just like, he's bored with every fucking thing we have.
He doesn't even want to talk to us. And we're trying to, give him.
Let me put it like this. I don't think that I've ever had a band on my show that I didn't stand behind in some way. You know what I mean? I can't fake.
So
it.
Alborn will be the first.
I can't talk to bands.
Sorry.
With that being said, I think I've done a hell of a job of pretending like I give a shit.
Yeah. Am I missing something?
No, I'm just fucking around. But go ahead.
Are we? Okay. Really, man. I mean, you wouldn't be on my show if I didn't think your band was cool. So when I'm saying if I'm talking to you, I already know that I respect what you're doing, and the ... dots just mean like I don't want to be bothering you either. You know what I mean? I'm kind of showing respect by just being like, well, get us your single. You know what I mean? I'll play the fucking shit. Are you guys that stupid that you don't want to fucking have your song on the radio?
The cool part about it is, like, we know that now.
Right.
Like, the last time we talked, you were like, fuck, that's just how he is. Yeah. But like, totally subconsciously, first read, I'm like, what the fuck? So like, it's still there a little bit.
I'll tell you. I can count on one hand how many bands I've asked to give me their music. I want to play it first. You know what I mean? And I know we already got beat on this one, but I want to be the one that brings it, and I want to be the one that kicks the wall in like the Kool-Aid man and fucking says, hey, you know, fucking.
That's Fat Albert. That's Fat Albert.
I'm mixing up my shit. It's been a long childhood. It's fine. But you know what I'm saying. I want to be the one holding the flag is what I'm doing. I'm trying to hold the flag for you guys because, I mean, look at you guys. You're fucking young. You got a good band. You got a great voice. You know what I mean? You're a great drummer. You got fucking the whole world in front of you, man.
We never really listened to the bass.
Who cares about bass players? No. That part where you're like, doo-doo-doo, whatever, that was cool. But
it was the same thing the other guy was doing. Boring.
All I'm saying is, man, if you think anything of me, just think that I don't know, maybe I'm getting my rocks off too, vicariously through you guys, you know, in these new bands. And I might have something to say about it because I've been through a lot of shit in my life too. Yeah. And you know, all I'm trying to do is just hand out things morsels of information that I could have used back then, and you guys I think can make the best of it because you actually have a product. So
I think we'd both love to see you guys do really well.
yeah. Well, I don't think that you guys would survive the road, to be honest with you.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I think you guys, you're for sure going to get hooked on cocaine.
Boom.
You are going to drink too much coffee and start writing poetry and wearing scarves. I can just see it. It's coming, man.
That's fair. I'm half there.
And he,
I do have a cold neck, actually. Now that you say it.
Love to be a
he'll actually go on to be a famous actor.
I don't see that happening.
What's up, Adam Sandler?
That's really far fetched. I'm in.
Yeah.
So, have you
Move the damn mic.
have you been playing bass for this band since the very, very beginning?
No.
Okay. Okay. Because no, this is terrible, and it is nothing personal against you.
Okay.
But you said
It's
you're
totally
gonna be on
personal.
coke.
It is.
And you're gonna fucking
Scarves.
drink coffee until you have a subdural hematoma, and then you. And this is terrible, but this is the first thing that I thought in my brain. I thought are going to be replaced. That's so awful. So when you told me that you were actually the second bass player, I was like,
I'm like,
okay.
fuck. Third?
Yeah.
Third.
I don't know.
We got to do this more often because we're running late on the podcast. Thanks for being on the podcast. I had
Thanks
a
for
fucking
having
blast.
Dude,
Travis.
Ryan, I miss you, man.
Yeah.
Never get to hang
We'll
out
have to get
anymore.
back to doing more of these.
Yeah, I
But
swear.
Minor Disturbance Radio, we're out. Take care.